Whoopsie doodle, got $1 million again. That's actually after I already bought the upgraded weapon, I think, too, didn't I? I think I took care of that. Yep, Gothic microphone. So I spent the 300 grand on that, which put me down to almost 0, and I'm back up to $1 million again, because that real estate game, I'm not even necessarily grinding it, I'm just trying to progress through it. I reached the 2nd milestone, and I'm already at $1 million. It's one of those things where it's just kind of like, obviously doesn't match the story, but also I'm like, there's no sense of like it being paced throughout the rest of the game, in that, I can't look at it here, but like, you know, like the rate at which sub-stories show up and the rate at which part-time hero stuff shows up. It shows up like chapter by chapter while you're playing this game and progressing with the story, so it's like slightly anchored to the story in some way. So systems like that are completely divorced from it, it's weird. Like, I could make even faster progress and just really be binging it, and I could have finished the entire system between 2 episodes ago and last episode instead of just one part of it, and would have suddenly had like $10 million or $100 million or who knows what. And how does that affect the rest of the game? I don't even... Just strange implementation. Is he not... This will unlock as the story progresses. Talk to Adachi is... Oh. I can only talk to 2 of the characters. And it looks like even though I reached the next milestone with her, the next milestone just happens in the form of... She just progresses and has another cutscene in the other campaign, but she doesn't come here to the bar anymore. So I guess we won't be seeing Eri ever again in this playthrough, maybe. She'll just be quietly there in the background saying, "I leveled up!" And then we'll ignore her. I thought she would come to the bar every milestone and we'd get like a through line there at least, but guess not. The most recent thing that happened is I reached my 2nd milestone, so I made the queer-coded billionaire guy happy again by keeping up with the rate at which he thought I could progress. And I beat the first of the mysterious bad billionaires who he joined the shareholders meeting and tried to poison against me. So that's like the story, supposedly. In practice, it was just a normal shareholders meeting, but with like, I guess, a boss fight shareholder, in that he had slightly higher meters or something. But the shareholder meetings, now that I've actually gotten to actually play them, all you really do is pick the elemental weakness of each character. Just like with the, I realized that just like with the Pokemon stuff that they put in this game, how that whole thing's just Pokemon. The Sujimon, is that what's called? Shareholder meetings are also Pokemon again. Every staff member and opponent shareholder has one of 3 elements: fire, water, and plant. It's not called that, but it's those 3 colors, and the elemental weaknesses are in the same directions as Pokemon. So it's like, oh, okay, that's it. You just click on the weakness of each one, and that's it. It's like a weird pseudo turn-based combat thing, and then the rest of it is just you, like, slightly managing your employees, but mostly just running the simulation over and over again, because you really just have to grind through the amount of time. Because there's really, like, compared to any other side campaign I've done in these games, the real estate thing in this game is probably the shallowest one I've played so far, in that there's just so little reason to move around your employees or do anything different with your properties. You just maxed out the properties pretty quickly with the giant amount of borrowed money you have, or the backlog of money you have. I've actually never taken a single loan yet. And then you just, like, sit there, and when employees get dissatisfied, you give them a bonus to make them happy again, and when their experience caps out, you uncap it by giving them a raise. And it's like, it's honestly deeply tedious, and the only way I'm getting through it is because I'm listening to a podcast and stuff and hanging out, and it's like 11 p.m. and I'm just like, let's zombie through this thing for a bit. It's genuinely so much worse than any of the comparable things. It's definitely like, it's not like the, like, minor crowd pleaser cutesy thing that, like, the Cabaret Club minigame was, and it's not like Majima Construction and stuff like that, which itself was like, this is barely gameplay, but I'm doing stuff. I'm honestly not doing stuff half the time in it. Like, it's genuinely like, you grind through 4 days of nonsense, then do the next shareholder meeting that's slightly more interactive, but there's still just a correct way to do it, and you blitz through that, and that's it. But in the story, we upgraded to a big office, but then I trusted them to do it correctly, and they binged on like a $10 billion office and didn't tell me, and now I've got a new debt, waka waka, and now I just gotta do the same mini game exactly the same way for another few hours to then watch what happens next. It's just, it's just not very good.
Right. Yeah, okay. Thanks for letting me know.
Huh? Guess Sachan's on the phone. Who's she talking to?
What's up,
Thank you,
Sachan?
internal monologue.
Looking kind of down there.
Oh, Ichiban.
Something happened on the phone?
Just,
No, not on the phone, Ichiban. It happened in real life.
more Nanoha drama. I'm starting to get all too clear a picture of that jerk she's dating.
Oh yeah, Katsuragawa, right? The consulting guy, or whatever.
The girls from the club looked into him. They saw him with Nanoha on a date. Look at this picture they took.
That's Nanoha and Katsuragawa?
Yeah. Doesn't he look shady as hell? What is she thinking?
Hey, I get what you're saying, but you can't judge someone just from the way they look.
Okay, take a look at this picture then. See the guy in the background with the sunglasses? His name's Yamashita, and he's like the bodyguard in Katsuragawa's creepy little posse.
Bringing a bodyguard on a date? Yeah, that's definitely out of the ordinary.
You think? And to make matters worse, the girls told me the conversation he had with Nanoha. It was 100% bad news. I'm sure Katsuragawa has it in for her.
What do you mean? What did you girls hear?
Katsuragawa's consulting firm isn't doing so hot right now, so he wants to borrow money from Nanoha.
How much?
2 million.
He decided a date was a good time to ask for a huge loan? I think even I've got more game than this guy. But anyway, Nanoha said no, right? I mean, she needs that money to support her dad.
Actually, when my dad switched facilities, Nanoha found out she had a little more spending money. Apparently, she's already lent him 500,000, and now he's asking for 2 million more.
Seriously? Good. Even if Nanoha has that much to spare, she should be saving it for her future.
And Katsuragawa knows that. But somehow he found out Nanoha used to work at Otohime Land.
He did?
So he asked her to go back and start making bank again.
What?
And this is the guy who didn't even bother to help her when she was in trouble. In fact, I think he basically stopped calling her right after Dad started to need round-the-clock care. But now that that's dealt with, and Katsuragawa knows about Nanoha's stint at the Soapland, he's trying to schmooze his way back in.
I mean, Nanoha's not an idiot. She can always just change the subject whenever he asks for money, can't?
How do you know she's not an idiot? How do you know? Besides the blind faith in people as a concept in general. Because all you know about her is that she was being conned out of like 5 million yen on behalf, where she had to do sex work to make it on behalf of her dying grandfather, just so he wouldn't die a little sooner, basically. That's sounded mean that I meant to about the grandpa specifically, but I mean, like, he's probably like in his 80s already, and there's supposedly an operation to save him, and it's costing $5 million, and you were getting conned there, and now you're getting conned again. It's like, all we ever know about her is that she's always being conned out of millions of yen that she doesn't even have. She has to work to get it. So like, she's just a extremely manipulatable people pleaser on some level. Like, it's very sad. It's very frustrating to be that, because I know these people exist, and I've met people like this, and it sucks when people take advantage of them. But like, she doesn't seem to be able to stop herself from like putting in the work on behalf of other people to earn what they want for little justification.
And she?
Don't you remember how she wanted to go out with him way back when I first said no? She was head over heels for him back then. I don't know how she feels now, but it sounded like she held off on saying yes or no, but I'm afraid she might actually go back to the Soapland.
You think so? Damn, this guy's a piece of work. If he really does roll with a biker gang, it must be as the shit stuck on their tires. What other kind of guy would be pushing his girlfriend to work at a soap land? To cover for his failures?
So you're having the exact same thoughts as me. Nice to know I'm not crazy.
Crazy? Sachan, even if he wasn't such a bastard, Nanoha could still do better.
I mean, most of the entire conversation about sex work in general is like, the big sticking point is the fact that, like, it needs to be your choice. Anyone telling you to do it is immediately upsetting.
We gotta get him away from her, before she gets scammed and hung out to dry.
But Nanoha never listens to me. She's not about to start now.
Well, if she won't listen to you, maybe she'll listen to me.
What? You?
Why not? We both used to work at Otohime Land, so it's not like we're complete strangers.
You're kind of complete strangers. You met exactly once during the scene where we revealed that she doesn't have to give the money and she's getting her money back. Before that, you spied on her, and she was specifically, the entire storyline happened while she was specifically not coming to work. So you technically never worked at Otohime Land on the same day.
Yeah, just leave it to me. She and Katsuragawa are history.
Well, wait a second. If you go meet up with her, don't you think she's gonna wonder how you know about Katsuragawa?
I'll just say Saeko told me.
No, you can't tell her that you and I know each other. Think about it from Nanoha's perspective. She'll say to herself, if Saeko knows about this, then she must know about the soap land. Don't you see?
Guess you have a point there. My bad.
It's okay. I can tell how much you care about this, and I really appreciate it. I don't know what good it will do, but I'll give her a call. Never hurts to try.
All right. Good luck.
Sorry to make you listen to all my family drama, Ichiban.
It's no problem. I care about Nanoha too.
I'm surprised that was passion and not confidence, but I guess that also makes sense.
She's my ex-coworker after all.
You've never met, basically.
Thanks.
I'm not even that much of a stickler over the idea that they've never met. It's just that you clearly, the real reason to care about her is because of Saeko.
Wonder what'll happen. Look at me. I'm just as nosy as Sachan.
Is she nosy? Is that a character trait of hers? I'm not sure. Admittedly, there's a lot of scattered dialogue in this game because it's split. Their character personalities are partly in the main story, partly in side stories, partly in these scenes, and partly in incidental dialogue that you have out in the field, where you get a Y prompt. I've been intentionally not pressing those in my off time, except once. I accidentally pressed one of them. But then I've been noticing them, and I'm like, nope, walk past it. If I run into this in an episode, we'll get to show it. The amount of extra time I put into a game like this is a little intense. Just to try to shorten a playthrough that itself will still be so long, I'm sure. So, this is interesting. I wonder why they didn't write more story for Nanba earlier on. I wonder how long his story is going to be locked behind this or whatever. That's curious. Because right now it just says I can't progress a story. It's locked behind me progressing the story, which means it must be a reveal. There's a plot reveal about Nanba, or a character he meets, or something like that, and that the next bit's going to be about that. But they're accidentally foreshadowing that. And if it turns out to be like a reveal about his like a twist about him, they're kind of accidentally giving it away by having it so that you can keep going deeper and deeper than Adachi, no problem. But Nanba, you literally just have the little like the two-parter about the whiskey, and then immediately you get no more character development from the bar from him when he's the person you associate most with this like region in a way. Oh, because he's gonna pretend.
Adachi-san, what's up with the suit?
Oh, don't you remember? We're doing that out-of-court settlement.
Oh, yeah, Takashi-kun scraped that guy's bumper. And he demanded Takashi-kun pay him 1,000,000 yen, so you decided to meet with the guy.
Hoping it's just a damn con man.
Wearing a suit to the settlement, huh? You really care about this kid, Adachi-san.
Incidentally, I do have 1,000,000 yen.
Well, there's one more reason I was thinking I should look sharp today. You know how I sent a letter to Takashi asking for the contact info of the car owner? Takashi wrote back and said he wanted to be there when I meet the guy. Guess he finally wants to see his daddy longlegs in person. After 20 years of being sent money and all. You know, that whole time I came up with excuses to never meet Takashi. I just sent him letters.
So Takashi-kun's gonna meet Yamada-san for the first time today?
Yeah. I figured the least I could do is look the way a big shot should.
Except, even though it is a suit, it's pretty plain for a rich guy, ain't it?
Oh, give me a break, man. This is all I had. Anyway, I explained what's gonna go down here to the staff, so we're good on that front. The only thing left for me to ask is if you're willing to stay and back me up, Kasuga.
Why me?
Well, a real daddy longlegs would have a lackey with him, don't you think?
Yeah, I guess.
Come on, don't make me deal with this asshole and the kid all by myself. Please, man.
Fine. But when you interviewed Takashi 20 years ago, it was in person, right? What if he remembers your face?
He was 5 years old at the time. No way he would remember me. Especially now that I probably look like his damn grandpa.
Here's hoping.
Excuse me, is Yamada-san here?
Oh, they're coming here. I guess that works.
Are you Takashi?
Yes, I am.
Wow. Look at you, all grown up.
What?
Oh, no. It's just, I still imagine you the way I did when we first started writing each other 20 years ago. I'm Yamada.
We finally meet Yamada-san. Thank you so much for supporting me all this time.
Oh, I just enjoy lending a hand to promising kids like you. That's what a philanthropist does.
So, why are we meeting here? What is this place?
No, it's a bar I run as a hobby. I'm a big jazz guy.
So you're also a patron of the arts. Amazing. And who are you?
I love the voice acting. A little throat clears. Always little. Yeah. I thought of process earlier, and then I forgot what the other part was going to be about. Oh yeah, it's just funny that they're here. They're just walking in. Like, I think they're gonna. This is probably how all of the bar scenes play out. Is instead of having like a quest that takes you out into the world in some way, they probably all have sitcom writing, where like Kramer walks in or something via the one door, and like they have like that kind of like style where the story has to always somehow come here to make it happen with the one set and everything, which is always kind of like a fun limitation to play with. His lackey, his secretary, and his stylist. Stylist would be confusing. Or maybe not, I don't know. This guy's a lot. Secretary is fitting. Lackey is literal, but if he actually says lackey, I don't know what to make of that. You probably shouldn't say lackey out loud. I wonder if secretary would give me intelligence points.
Oh, I'm Yamada-sama's secretary.
You have a secretary too? You're even more loaded than I thought.
Oh yeah, I always have my secretary come with me when I negotiate deals. He's a sharp cookie.
Uh-oh.
How reassuring.
Uh-oh.
Now, Takashi.
Wait, I am a sharp cookie. Here I
the
go.
Owner of this car you
That was like no points.
scraped.
His name is Hasegawa-san. He should be here soon. Oh, there he is.
Asking me to come all the way out here to a dive like this?
This bar is fucking beautiful. How dare you?
All I can say is you better have my money.
There's a few things I'd like to ask you first, Hasegawa-san.
Oh, you must be Daddy Longlegs. What do you want?
Why are you demanding 1 million for a scratch bumper?
Because this is no ordinary car.
Oh, is that right?
I don't know much about cars, but it looked pretty ordinary to me.
It may look like a typical sedan, but it's actually a top-of-the-line British luxury car. And now I have to send it back to England for repairs.
Just because it's an import doesn't mean you can call it luxury.
Right. mind telling us how the accident went down?
Well, I was just sitting there waiting for the signal, and this kid here, barely paying attention to what he's doing, of course, just pulls up right next to me on his bike. That's when his pedals scraped up against my bumper.
Takashi-kun, does all of that sound right to you?
I guess. I didn't feel like I hit anything. I mean, I felt the hem of my pants sliding along something, but...
Ha! I wish it'd been the hem of your pants! When I heard the scraping sound, I looked over just in time to see your pedal gouging the hell out of my paint job!
Is it the paint job or your bumper?
Really? Well, that's funny.
How do you hit your bumper from the side? Aren't bumpers just on the front and back? I don't know cars either, by the way, just so we're clear.
What is?
If it was a regular sedan, all you'd be able to see from the driver's seat would be the hood. No way you'd see the bumper down below.
Oh, in my car, you can see it. Steering wheel's on the left, you know. You obviously don't know much about foreign luxury cars.
On the left, huh? That's even funnier.
Because it's from England.
Didn't you say the car was from England? Did you know British and Japanese cars both have the wheel on the right?
You might want to come clean before you dig yourself a deeper hole.
Also, are you lying about a car that the person you're trying to con saw the car? That's a really dumb lie. It's not like we're catching him out on a like, haha, funny lore about places that drive on the other side of the road. It's like he saw the car. He would have seen what side you were driving on. Are you stupid?
I say the mark on the bumper was already there, and the car's about as British as me.
So what'll it be? Admit you were trying to pull a fast one and we'll let you go. But if you decide you want to keep bitching over nothing, then my secretary here will have to intervene.
By the way, I'm not just Yamada-sama's secretary. I'm also his bodyguard.
And his accountant. I count how many teeth you're gonna have left.
Ah, fuck!
So, it really was all a scam.
And a shitty one at that.
Wait, Yamada-san, did you know it was a scam from the start?
More or less. 1 million ain't much to a guy like me, of course, but us rich folks don't like our money going to criminals. We gotta do our part, you know?
Wow, rich people are so cool.
That we are. So, how about that bar exam, Takashi? Think you'll pass this year?
Well, actually, I found out I didn't.
Oh, that's a shame.
But you know, the average age of the people who do pass is 29. So I figure as long as I pass it by then, I'm good.
Isn't that, 4 years from now?
Yeah, and when I do become a lawyer, you'll be the first to know, Yamada-san.
Ah, looking forward to it.
Thanks. I have some studying to do today, so I'm gonna get going.
Hang in there. 4 more years of sending money. Oh, man, that's gonna be tough.
Here's hoping it only takes 4 years.
Wait, what do you mean?
If he's getting caught up in a simple scam like this, how's he supposed to understand the finer points of law?
Hey, now, don't be like that. No, he's just too honest, is all. And who knows, maybe he'll pass next year.
I sure hope so.
Well, either way, at least he bought my rich guy act.
Yeah, well, we can thank my little performance for that.
Your performance? I was the one with the starring role. If there... You know what? Whatever, man. Let's just celebrate the fact that we pulled it off.
Yeah, with the cheapest drinks money can buy.
I am a millionaire. Which isn't as impressive in Japan, but... Are you a millionaire with 1 million? Or do you need millions? I think a million. I don't know. As I say, that's less impressive in Japan because it's just literally less money is what I mean. 1 million yen, obviously. They keep throwing around huge numbers the whole time in this game, and then I have to take a moment and be like I have half of a heart attack, and then I'm like, oh right, okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's not that bad of a money. It's not that bad of a money. Baka mitai. Cancel song settings and queue are up there, but you can't click on them. Languages. There's language settings, but you can't click on those. There's so many fake buttons here just to make it look like a real interface. It's weird. And I don't think I can change anything about them, so it's just what they are is what they are. Ah, it does say who is who on each one. So each person has their own song. That's funny. Alright, let's do my song then. This is our tradition every episode, apparently, right now. Stay. I don't know why it says that.
There are days you'll be weak. There are days you'll be lost. There are times where you feel you wanna run and hide. There are days you'll be down, and you'll start to wonder if the world would be better off if you died. I have those days too, but I believe I'm gonna make it through, and I won't run away, I won't die. I'm gonna level up, be the best that I can be, and I'm not gonna stop questing until I'm a hero. I'm gonna level up, be the best that I can be. I swear that I'll become unstoppable, and you'll be right at me. I've got to see this through, I can't look back until the end. Rise from rock bottom to the future I've seen in my dreams. So come on, let's go level up.
Super goofy. Technically the most... I think it's the most animation we've ever seen. #1 in the world! That was a really easy song, yeah. I only missed one note last time, too. Oh, leveled up my passion. Look at us go. Oh, and that already made progress towards their next one. I'll do another karaoke song each time I come back to do their dialogue. That makes sense. Oh. Pameto. This also done? That's not done yet. Alright. And so begins another long day of side quests, starting with this one that I think I might have been available last time, but I didn't notice it on the map, because I think I remember walking around it several times already, because I had to go carefully. Let's head on down there. It's funny because, like, there's currently a tense situation where we're negotiating for the life of that guy, but new chapter, new side stories. So he's gonna be a hostage for like 6 hours. What's with the crowd?
Sorry to disturb you during your recovery, Hanayama-san. Can you tell us what happened out there?
Hanayama-san, have you had any further contact with Anzai-san since the incident?
No, none at all. Just an apology from a representative.
Anzai-san insists the play was entirely his doing.
He performed a dangerous slide despite the fact that he was in the clear already. How did you see things, Hanayama-san?
That's not far off, but I don't believe he made that call on his own.
Home run heroism.
We understand that Anzai-san is an old friend of yours. What sort of player was he back then?
They say playing as number 4 next season's a fool's errand. What are your thoughts on that?
There are even rumors Anzai-san will be leaving the Yokohama Shark Stars.
Famous baseball player or not, these reporters are ruthless.
Hey, please, no pushing.
Hey, this shit's serious. You alright, man?
Thanks.
Hanayama-san, we still have some questions.
Hey, aren't you gonna apologize for pushing him over?
Yeah, I didn't.
Assholes! This guy's injured and you don't even think to say sorry?
I'm sorry.
Sheesh. You guys are hopeless.
Thank you.
Can you stand? Here, grab my shoulder.
Thank you. Kasuga-san, was it? I'm Hanayama. Might not look it right now, but I'm actually a baseball player.
So, that leg, that because of your friend Anzai? Being an athlete's not all it's cracked up to be, huh?
You could say that. This whole thing is really starting to make headlines. You haven't heard?
Sorry, I tend to keep my distance from that stuff. From what the reporters were saying, Anzai acted on his own.
I don't think so. He's not the type to do something like that.
Pretty kind words about a guy who put you in a cast.
We were in the same baseball club from elementary all the way through high school. His accuracy's always been perfect, so no way this was an accident. But he cared about the team with all his heart. Was always a true sportsman on the field. He put the bond with his teammates above all else, even winning. I just can't believe this thing was all his idea.
Even if that were true, he's still the one who made the play, right? You saying someone ordered him to do it?
I'm thinking it was the Yokohama Shark Stars' shifty manager. That's Anzai's team, if you didn't know.
The manager? Why do you say that?
Since the new manager stepped in, the Shark Stars have been locked in second place. That's not going to change anytime soon. Hell, people were saying the new manager would have to retire before the ink on his contract dried. Must have got a win, of course. And if they could pull off winning the last game, they probably would have won the season.
So the guy got impatient and ordered Anzai to take you out. I'm guessing there's some reason Anzai couldn't say no, right?
That's what I'm thinking. But Anzai swears he did it on his own. Speaking of which, I'm surprised you're willing to hear me out. Anzai's basically public enemy #1 right now.
Even if he is your friend, nobody'd be willing to defend someone they knew was lying.
I like you, Kasuga-san. You know what's up. It makes me think I could trust you with a favor.
A favor?
I'd like you to meet with Anzai and find out what really happened. With the shape I'm in, I can't exactly hop across town.
This guy got hurt by his friend, but he thinks that there's something behind why it's happening, and there's a mysterious like thing going on that where he can like restore his trust in his friend because it's not just him doing it for the sake of it or anything, or maybe having like somebody having leverage. Maybe I just don't know if Ichiban is the healthiest person to confide in with this particular scenario, given his entire story. Like, he's the one who still on some level thinks that his father figure is like he said that he was still on his side after he shot him, and it's like sir, no sir, stop. Oops.
Meet with Anzai? But if you can't even get to him, how can I?
There's a place on Hamikaze Street he hangs around in, usually in disguise. Probably there now.
In disguise? You sure he'd want you sharing that?
I'm sharing because you did me a solid. Because you don't just believe whatever the mob believes. Rare thing. Look, I'll make it worth your while if you help me out with this.
You're right, I literally don't always believe what the mob believes. I'm currently confronting all 3 of the mobs at the same time.
Like I'm gonna say no after all that? Yeah, fine. I'll go ask him for you.
Oh, thanks, Kasuga-san. Here, let me give you this. His looks might have changed a bit, but this should help you find him. I'm counting on you, man.
Off to Hamikaze Street.
A looming figure. Every time. They're being trailed by one of the reporters that's going to spot us. It's all the way up there, it looks like. Probably just go straight there, yeah. Part of me is almost tempted to just run around picking up all the quests and then completing them out of order based on just whatever the closest accept or progression thing is that's nearby. Oop. Almost missed it. There it is. Also, I was amused by the fact that, like, in that last song we did, that was like the most animation we've ever seen of teenage Ichiban. Because during the actual scene, the main story scenes we've had of him so far, he was all that weird freeze frame cutscene style. But the karaoke had fully animated scenes.
That face is always so creepy. I wonder why.
Huh? I feel like I've seen it somewhere.
No way.
No, really, I think I have. Yeah, we definitely know someone who looks like this.
Oh, it's Adachi-san.
Oh.
Well, give me a break. I'm a little more put together than that.
Actually, don't you think it looks a little too divine to be Adachi-san?
Now that you mention it, yeah. Sorry, Adachi-san. Guess it's not you at all.
I'm about to lose it with you two.
I was surprised that he was like, hang on, I'm more put together than that. Because I was like, isn't... I thought it was a statue of like a Greek god or something like that. I don't know. That might be just the default reaction whenever I see a giant white statue thing though. But it seemed like a big like deity type figure with a beard. Let's head on up here. I'm gonna try to do them mostly one at a time because it does get really chaotic if I start running around starting and finishing quests in random order, even though I'll probably do them all the same episode, so I don't have to worry about them being split across multiple episodes like I did back when I did half-an-hour episodes, which was part of why I tried to do them cleanly back-to-back without picking up anything else. Because when you play an MMO, most people run around and grab everything at once. That would still lead to situations where you're resolving plot lines like an hour or two later, and we're already doing that to the main story. We don't need to do that with every side story too. Don't fight me, no! Leave me alone. Oh, it's Bleach Japan. Kill them all. I have an even fatter stack of cash slap now. Yup. Because I'm even richer. Apparently I just get a bigger cash attack over and over again. Hopefully it gets better than that. I don't know. Oh, not even more in range. The burnout bully. Oh, they're a weird mix of characters.
Here we go. Let's go.
It seems like Ichiban's just gonna have a completely absurd moveset by the end. Because he gets his protagonist skills where he's a main boy, but then he also gets like money skills, and it's like, are there gonna be other elements of the game that also add free skills to me? Every time they have that idea, they make Ichiban more and more comically capable. There's just this massive moveset to scroll through at some point. That place Anzai likes should be around here somewhere. Hey, you're Anzai, the guy with the killer slide. We lost a game because of you. It's worse. Hanayama's out for the season. The hell were you thinking? Man called Anzai. How does his hair get that long? Does he just all title up? Well, the beard's new, but that's definitely the guy in the photo. Looks like he's got company, though. Quit the tough guy act and say something. Oh, that was a hit. That was all my fault. Even if I were to apologize now, I don't expect to be forgiven. Bastard, you think you can play it off just like that, do you? Even if he did put his friend out of the game, this is too much. Hey, you're going a bit rough on someone who's not even putting up a fight. Huh? Who's this joker? Oh, I'm just passing by, but I can't let this slide. 2 against 1's a little unfair, don't you think? Back off. This asshole hurt one of our players just so his team could get ahead. Oh yeah? Well, I got some business with him. Maybe you two should take a hike. I thought you said you were just passing by. You immediately gave up that narrative. Shut up. Keep running your mouth and we'll take out our anger on you first. Here we come. Now your team's gonna be down 3 players. Ill-natured man. Batter up. Shit, who the hell's this guy? You alright? You're the baseball player Anzai-san, right? Yeah. I don't know who you are, but you saved me. Thank you. Name's Kasuga. So, you really are him? Yeah, I am. But I won't be in baseball much longer. But I got a hold of you. I met with a guy named Hanayama. You might know him. You met with Hanayama? Yeah. He was looking for you. Wanted to ask you about that slide. Knowing him, he probably said I'd never do something like that, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Hanayama believes it wasn't your call to make that play. Of course he does. I thought it was strange myself, but seeing how you were acting earlier, it doesn't seem like he's wrong. Can't imagine somebody who plays dirty like that would just lie down and take a beating.
Yep.
Look, I don't know all that Hanayama told you, but I did that of my own will. Nobody ordered me to do it. Then why'd you do it? It's not like you had to pull a dangerous slide like that, right? I panicked. Players do it all the time, especially in a game that can guarantee their team the season. Sure, but you're Hanayama's friend, right? You wouldn't want to put your friend out of a job just for game. In the world of professional sports, it's all about winning or losing. Can't be saying something naive like that just because he's my friend. So let's leave it at that. The incident was entirely my doing. I'm at fault, and I plan on retiring. Isn't that enough? I really appreciate the save back there. Take care. I should tell Hanayama what went down. Better head back. Here comes the reporter. Wah wah. Probably head over there and do a little bit of quiz while I'm around. Since I have too much money.
I have good news and bad news.
What?
Here we go. Which one do you want to hear first? They always ask that in foreign dramas.
I'd want to hear the bad news first. Just get it out of the way.
Same. Bad news for me, too. I'd rather not have any unpleasant aftertaste.
I'd want to hear the good news. I always eat my favorite stuff first.
Don't leave us hanging, Adachi-san. What's the news?
Well, the good news is I just learned something about you guys.
And the bad news?
There's no punchline to this bit.
What an asshole.
I was just quizzing you all for fun. Me trying to carefully avoid all the fucking patrols while the dialogue's playing. I also want to get that collectible. Oh my god. Alright, we're just gonna wait for these guys to walk by. So I'm pretty sure there's a collectible. Yep, there's something blinking inside there. It's probably a Tojo clan thing because they're fucking everywhere. There's like 100 in the map probably, with how many I've seen. Oh god, another one. A third patrol. Y'all need to chill. Can I not hop? Can you not hop the turnstile? I guess there's nothing behind there. I mean, the train station is, but like space-wise, it felt like it was the other half of the station or something. It's like that's not how that would work. Yep, these are absolutely everywhere to the point where you're like, what the fuck? Why are there so many Tojo clan crests absolutely everywhere? Why did they suddenly spawn into existence out of nowhere during that last chapter when they weren't in the map before then? Because they're all over the place, and I find them so frequently. They obviously would have been, I would have been finding them before then. And like nothing about that chapter was tied to Tojo clan crests. They didn't even narratively introduce the collectible, so I'm genuinely confused actually why the Tojo clan crests weren't just collectible from the beginning of the game. Deeply weird, honestly. I don't know, maybe I'll follow a map and pick them all up at some point just to see if there's a payoff. Lost my train of thought a little bit. Oh yeah, I figured that either he was offered a life-changing amount of money that was worth retiring for, but he had to betray his friend for it. Or, somebody has, more likely honestly, somebody has leverage on him for like a scandal or something, and instead of revealing it, he has to like ruin his life and betray everybody and end his career and so on in a horrible way, just to avoid the secret getting out.
Should I open it? Sweet.
Although, I don't know why his own guy would do that. Military armor, geez. Like, why would your own Unless he's just a bad player and he wanted him off the team while also sabotaging an enemy player. Or he thought permanently sacrificing the career of this player was worth getting rid of the star opponent just for the game. I thought I saw dialogue behind this building, but it might have been... I might be thinking of behind a different building. Well, I found 2 safes. And that. Oops. 3 safes.
Should I open it? Got it.
I don't mean to endlessly rag on things, but I feel like it's kind of a punchline about open world games and my complaints about them. And I'm really heavy on this topic, sorry, but part of the reason why I'm thinking about it so much is I'm currently writing a video essay about the Zelda franchise, and specifically how ever since starting in A Link Between Worlds, which I'll justify in the video, they've stopped doing the Zelda formula, and they've largely leaned towards being this like flat, uninteresting open world model, which there was upsides and downsides. Obviously, it's not universally good or bad. Like Breath of the Wild was my game of the year, so at least in terms of open world games, a very interesting game at the time. But Tears of the Kingdom, I think, is a huge misunderstanding of what was good about Breath of the Wild in many cases, and so I'm really thinking about open worlds a lot, which I've been ranting about for years, and I just think I think open worlds are almost always a step down from what could be a better genre in most cases. Like, you're usually taking an existing type of game and making it worse by making it open world in some way. It's not the end of the world that Yakuza, when Yakuza is in Kamurocho, because it's just such a small map, that there is a appeal to wandering around that little map and getting homey and comfortable with it and seeing it evolve over the years, like I talked about before. But the temptation as the sequels go on is to make these giant maps and more maps and so on to make it seem more open world. And it's kind of a punchline that while I was talking about this game being kind of bloated and diluted and full of way too many systems and other things, as if to like not call my bluff, as if to like prove my point, while I was talking about that stuff, the game was like, okay, well, here's 100 Tojo Clan tokens. You've already been running around this open world map for 20 hours, but here we just added a collectible to the whole map. Just run around it again and pick up 100 tokens now. And it's like, thinking about how little development time it takes to add a collectible like that and how much player time is consumed by stuff like that, it really shows how the dynamic here is. Like, when you play a game like Half-Life Alyx, you get an extremely curated and extremely well-paced and incredibly designed game. A game that always knows what you're thinking and why you're thinking it, and it's carefully playing with those expectations and giving you a great experience. And that takes so long to make. It's so much work to make a game like Half-Life Alyx, and it's one of the best games ever made. And then you have stuff like this where it's like, but what if we just added a collectible out of nowhere in Chapter 5 of the story? What if we do it again in Chapter 9? What if we do it again in Chapter 13? Just keep adding another 100 collectibles every now and then. Like, it's just, you could just do it. It's like some guy just did it in an afternoon, just placed objects all over it, and then somebody else had to play test just to make sure that it works correctly, and ta-da! New feature. And then a player loses 5 hours to that fucking gameplay mechanic. And it's like, that's enough time. You could have played an entire video game that was well curated and paced. It's like, I genuinely like the Yakuza franchise, and for a lot of reasons. I know this playthrough's been a little ranty because I like to talk about everything that comes to mind. But these additions are not why I like it. And they're unnecessary things to add. And I don't really know who they're for at the time.
Can I help you?
This kind of edition is kind of my jam. It's kind of just funny to me, honestly. Just having to do a fucking pop quiz exam of like, quick, answer these 5 questions, and they give you a time limit and you can't pause the game. It's just kind of, it is kind of funny to me. Trivia King Special Tier. Okay, so you get higher level versions of these too. Okay, so let's do the general trivia quiz again. Higher level. But there's the extra thing where these are funny to do on camera because people get to see me fuck. One unit of measurement is the foot named after the body part. Asia also measures associated with the feet called shaku. In Japan, how many centimeters is one shaku comprise? Fuck. I don't even know centimeters that well. I especially don't know what a fucking shaku is. They're all 30 point something? Are you for reals, man? I'm fucked. Who was the ancient Greek philosopher who was a disciple of Socrates and also posited the theory of forms? Theory of forms sounds like Pythagoras, but I don't know if that's true. Fuck. I can't just go off of which one's familiar sounding, because they're all familiar sounding, basically. I don't know if his reactions mean anything. What is the basis for measuring 1 pound? The weight of flour consumed one day by one person per day? Whoa. The weight of wool taken from one sheep. The weight of 10,000 grams of barley? The weight of 1 gold coin? That's not true. I have no idea what the pound is based on, actually. That's funny. I should probably know what the pound is based on. Maybe it's barley? The Kuroshio event current is a major ocean the west coast of Japan, which is the name of the southwest current that collides with the fucking close to North America. Kuroshio. Magoshio. I don't fucking know. The Grimm brothers, a pair of German writers, the Brothers Grimm, are known for their Grimm's Fairy Tales, a collection of fairy tales. Which of the following is not part of this collection? Which was not a Grimm fairy tale? Little Mermaid's not a Grimm fairy tale. Isn't it Hans Christian Andersen? I don't think that's. I think that's wrong, but I might be right about it not being a Grimm fairy tale. I think. Is that good? Uh-oh. No! I don't know until the cutscene if I passed or failed. That's the only one I got right! I was right about... It might be Hans Christian Andersen. Yes, Hans Christian Andersen. I knew one. I knew The Little Mermaid wasn't a Grimm fairy tale. Incidentally, we watched The Brothers Grimm with a bunch of furries recently, and what an unhinged movie. In particular, just the bizarre horror of the scene where the kid gets water from a well, and then a crow flaps its wings at him, and he gets covered in mud, but then the mud melts his face off, and then the face comes off in a mud monster, and the mud monster is chasing the child, and the child's trying to get away, but he doesn't have a face, and he's like, and it's just chasing him, and then the mud monster consumes the child and eats him, and then it fully forms into a full child, and then the reveal is like, he's the gingerbread man, and he takes a bite out of himself, and you're like, what the fuck? This is a weird amount of internet kinks, and also just completely horrifying, and also completely just like 2 or 3 minutes of you having no fucking clue what's gonna happen next in the next scene. And that's just like one child theft in that scene. That's the same movie that has the horse that vores a child with spider webs that come out of its mouth, which was a choice. I was always doomed on this one, but I was torn between 303 and 333 because it just those seem like some of the funny numbers that come up when you mathematically divide things sometimes. So it's 30 1/3 centimeters. It's Plato, not Pythagoras. Really, the weight of flour consumed by one person per day? What? How do you determine that as a standard? That's the least. That seems like an extremely iffy. That seems like an extremely iffy way of defining that. In particular, because I'm like, it has to be like, in my brain, I'm like, it has to be a standard. That's what weights are supposed to be. A unit is supposed to be standardized. Like, this is the gram. It's this little metal thing. We literally have the gram in this one, not a museum, there's some place where they keep the literal gram, and it's like the standard by which all weights are calibrated by. So expect it to be some kind of standard. So it's like a foot being based on a foot makes sense on some level. Not great, because feet aren't a set duration, aren't a set length, but it's like kind of a thing. But I don't know how you standardize that. Like wool taken from a sheep. Okay, how the total wool on a sheep? That's technically a standard in a really loose way. 10,000 grains of barley. That actually might be oddly consistent, honestly. I don't know how big barley grains are, so I don't know if that was a reasonable thing to compare to a pound. It had to be practically sand-like, like lentils or something. I don't know. That's actually probably too big of grains still. Definitely not 1 gold coin. Nobody's walking around with a gold coin that weighs a pound. That would suck. But the weight of flour consumed by 1 person per day, I don't know how you standardize that unless it was rations. But then if you were working backwards from like that's how much you're allowed to have of flour per day in some ration system, then that's still working backwards from a standard. You set the standard first. It's not based on the flour or the consumption. And I was always fucked here. The fact that it's Japanese is the fact that I feel a little bit like when I play You Don't Know Jack, or I play Jackbox games and we have our European friends with us, and it's like, welcome to pop culture you don't know, fuck you. And if I sound over-caffeinated, that's because I am.
Can I help you?
I had a second cup of coffee because I didn't sleep that well, and I am suffering the consequences. Let's try Sega to make up for my past failure. Fashionista, wait. 100 points of style, but you have to know what the fuck fashion is? Clothing material and fashion, this cannot go well for me.
This one, make sure you have a pencil.
I figure whenever I come here, I should at least succeed at once at something. Which of the following names of clothing patterns, which one makes use the diamond shape? Argyle. I know that one. Sweaters. Vests, whatever. Which of the following articles of clothing is native to Scotland? A kilt? Yeah? Which of the following articles of clothing is native to Vietnam? Oh, no. I've never heard of a single one of these. Alodite. Which of the following characteristics is not true of silk thread? Has high moisture retaining properties, is produced by an insect. It's a plant-based fiber, it shimmers. Silk. It's not a plant-based fiber because it's made of an insect. Unless that makes it plant-based still. I don't think it retains a lot of moisture, does it? Which of the following fibers are neither animal-based nor plant-based, but artificially created? Cotton, wool, hemp, that's plant, that's animal, that's plant, it's nylon. I used to work in an upholstery shop. I say confidently right before I find out I'm wrong somehow. It was about materials more than I expected, and I'm like, oh, I've worked with materials a lot. I don't I don't know what the cart, I can't read the paper. Yatta! Or something. God, I'm so stylish right now. That's one of my highest stats actually now, isn't it? Argyle, kilt. I got that right. I literally just guessed based on the accents. I was like, that actually seems like the right language is the best I could go on. It's plant-based is not true. I thought so, but I was mixed on what I was done the last second. I was like, it's made by an insect, which means it's not plant-based technically, right? Because it's made by the insect. But I mean, the insect eats plants, the silkworm, to make it, so it's kind of plant-based. Nylon. Obviously nylon in that case. All right, there we go. I succeeded at a thingy. Doing one of these every episode is like a fun thing to do potentially, or just whenever I'm looping around. I don't want to marathon them, but it is fun to do a little like the high tension quiz that I have to like figure out very quickly. God, I'm really bad at keeping track where I'm going here. It is a fun little thing to just do here and there. I don't know. I don't know how people respond to them yet. But I actually totally imagine it being a thing where it might be what the majority of the comments are about on some of these episodes are just people talking about an individual trivia question, because that's very YouTube audience core. I'm slightly regretting not just picking up quests that are nearby on the fly right now, in my attempt to maintain the continuity of individual quests. This is a lot of running. I should probably be checking the taxis more. For a while there, whenever I checked a taxi, it literally had no options, but maybe I've now somehow unlocked more taxi options or something? I don't know if the taxi takes you around this map or just other maps. The thing about taxis is you don't normally have to unlock them, and oh god damn it. I always forget that you have to fucking cross the street all the way back here because this barrier in the middle. But yeah, in Kamurocho you just have the taxis unlocked, and the taxis are basically the Pac-Man logic. This is kind of one of the downsides of having such a giant map like this one, like Yokohama, is I'm like, I always think that Kamurocho is kind of perfect. It's so compact that you can run across it in about a minute. So you never are like, ah man, I have to run all the way over there now. So like, so it's really clean to just do like a side quest in one go, then pick a different side quest, or do whatever stuff in whatever order you want to do. You don't constantly have to think about your pathing in terms of how long it's going to take. This especially affects me, obviously, doing a playthrough because I'm recording, and there's always the question of like, do I stop? Do I stop recording and then come back later and be like, hey, I made it, or something? Here, let's check the taxi. But also in Kamurocho, the taxis are really logically located in that they are almost exclusively around the perimeter. What the fuck? Why don't I have any northern taxis? There's a taxi down there and a taxi over there, and then this one. Is it? Do I unlock taxis by clicking on them, maybe? I'm not sure what the logic is in this game. But like, that's like terrible distribution of taxis. Maybe I can unlock them over time and maybe it'll work. I'll have to just, next time I'm in the north, I'll have to see if I see a taxi and then click on it and see if that unlocks them. Or maybe it's based on story progress, because the story isn't really going north yet. I don't know. But the game keeps giving me reasons to go north anyway. And they unlock those parts of the map, so why not have me have full access? In Kamurocho, it's just a nice compact square. This is basically Kamurocho in size, without all of this stuff added on. This is like 3 Kamurochos. But also the taxis are just all around the perimeter around here. And so whenever you go to the edge of the map, whenever you're anywhere, the shortest way to get there is usually just to run there. But if you're all the way in the corner of the map, and it's all the way on the other side of the map, well, there's probably a taxi that takes you from like here to like here. Because the taxis are distributed around the perimeter, so that's a strategy to specifically remove the outcome of being like, ah man, all the way across the map. Because if you're at a far extreme, then you're the closest to a taxi, which means you can most quickly warp across for a relatively nominal amount of money once you're later in the game, and it keeps the run times low. You never have these really long commutes that are born of having a big open world. But we'll see. Maybe it's because I'm misusing taxis, because the one time I saw one there was only one option. Because that was 3 options now. They're not good options, they're all on one side of the map, but maybe if I keep an eye out for northern taxis, maybe I'll unlock more. But having to unlock them feels inelegant, especially if you're not taught to do that by the game at any point. Out of all the tutorials, I don't think the taxis have been explained. Yo, how's it going? Kasuga-san, did you meet with Anzai? Yeah, I did. But he was persistent about it being his fault. Was he? But he was just like you said. I can see why you believe in him. Thank you, Kasuga-san. Still, we're at an impasse as long as he keeps quiet. Ooh. Hey, you two. Who are you? My name's Kudo. I'm a journalist. You're Kasuga, right? You know each other? We know each other? I saw how you helped out Hanayama. Kinda embarrassed to say it, but I sort of followed you. What for? Looked like you and Hanayama were really hitting it off. Figured you'd make a move about the slide incident. I even saw you meet with Anzai. What's your angle? Don't get the wrong idea, I want to help you too. Help us. I'll get right to the point. I've got inside info on the Shark Star's manager. Really? He's had a really nasty rumor going around about him for a while. Nobody would dare say it out loud, though. Dare say it out loud? That should have a space in it, right? Dare say can be one word, but if you say nobody would dare say it out loud, I think that would have to be dare space say, right? Everyone knows he's behind what happened. He's been seen threatening Anzai here and there. Everyone except everyone in the story. What? So Anzai gets all the bad press while that jerk gets off scot-free? Yeah, jerks tend to get off. With the verb and all. He's got connections all over town, not to mention money and power. Silencing bad publicity is all in a day's work. There was a reporter doing some digging on his wrongdoings not too long ago, but apparently both he and his publisher went missing. The press couldn't write about this guy even if they wanted to. Even if they wanted to, huh? Some journalists. My thoughts exactly. It's why I'm bringing this information to you, because I'm still not going to write about it. And that information is... I was able to find the manager's favorite spot, some place called Rose Blossom. He comes in from the back entrance, usually pretty hush-hush.
Wow.
And if we go there, we might find this guy? Yeah, maybe it'll uncover the truth. I intend to do the same and get some evidence. Evidence? We can't put a story out without solid evidence, but if we get some dirt on him, something he can't talk his way out of, we'll have him cornered. For that, we need to get him when his guard's down. Going in by myself is too reckless, however, so I'd like to ask you for your help. I see what you're getting at. I'm in.
Hold on.
Hold up, that's way too risky. You screw up and you'll be thrown out of the game for good. That and someone's bound to recognize you. But I'll go. That'll work, right? Yeah? Yeah, thanks. Head to Rose Blossom when you're ready. We'll meet out front.
Yo.
Hey, hold on. Kudo-san. What is it? Why suddenly take a risk like this? You'll be in serious trouble if shit hits the fan, won't you? I guess seeing you go the distance for a complete stranger made me feel ashamed for putting out so much crap all these years. I'm a journalist. Words are what I do. If I'm not using the power to put a-holes like him in their place, then what's the point? Plus, I'm a fan of Anzai. Watching him play ball inspired me to chase my dreams. Least I can do is try and give back. Pretty passionate guy. I thought all reporters were full of shit, but I guess there's some good news. There's some good ones out there too. Yeah, sorry to get you mixed up in all this. I'm counting on you, Kasuga-san.
Leave it to me.
Leave it to me. That asshole won't know what hit him. I'm meeting with Kudo at Rose Blossom. I'll head over there when I'm ready. And Rose Blossom is... over there. A taxi icon there, taxi icon there. Two taxis there. Any taxi icons elsewhere? It's weird, isn't it, that there's not any up there, so you would think maybe it's just the ones you click on? Now that I'm consciously thinking about them, maybe we can keep track of when they do and don't appear. Go away. This is the baby zone. There's a funny back and forth where this area is kind of the scariest part of the entire map because it's where the Korean mafia is, and they have their upsetting bridge covered in crossbows. But it's where all the low-level enemies are. Maybe there's a correlation there in that it's because it's the place that, there we go. Oh, and you also get personality points for taxi riding, of course. Going south. strange suitcase. Mental booster. Maximum MP. Everyone uses MP. Another Tojo clan crest. You fool! You thought you already explored the map. Do it again now. You're here. The manager just arrived.
Okay.
Perfect. Alright, let's get this. Let's do this thing. Alright, guys. Cheers to the Shark Stars' big win. Cheers. Hey, Mr. Manager. Drinks are on you today, right? So that's how it is, huh? Well, we did win, so sure. Drink all you want. That's Anzai's manager. Talk about a win, man. It was so close. Not often we get such a tight game. Really, it's all thanks to Hanayama's getting decked like that. No kidding. Hanayama's the one that got hurt, right? The guy Anzai took out? It's all over TV. You know, Anzai was my kind of guy too. Shame he turned out to be such a creep. I'll say, couple choice words from the manager here and he flat out downs another player. Ain't that right? You two do not agree with the girls on the tone of this. They're like, oh, how sad this turned out that way. Like, yeah, we got him. What? Wait, did you tell him to do the slide, Mr. Manager? Hell no, I didn't. I just gave it to him plain and simple. All I said was we wouldn't have been able to win with Hanayama in the picture. Told him if he was loyal, he'd take care of it. That's all. You know, some Mafia Don bullshit. Oh, you're a bad boy. I'm deeply creeped out and threatened right now, honestly, and I feel unsafe on this couch with you, but I'm paid to spin it like this. Isn't this a fun social context? Anzai became a baseball player after manager picked him up. There's no way he'd disobey someone he owes so much. Still, good thinking. You really played to win. Gotta keep a good handle on those who owe you. He did well. We get our big win while he takes the big fall. Figure he's out of the game. I'll at least give him some referrals for wherever he ends up. Very kind of you. Appreciate you clearing that up, boys. Who are you? I'm your local journalist, Kudo. Kudo. Your name's not Kudo, I'm Kudo. And I've just recorded everything you've said. What? That's not illegal in Japan? We've got proof you're behind all of this foul play. Once we get this over the press, you're finished. If you make it to them in one piece, maybe. Who do you think you're dealing with? A guy I'm gonna defeat easily? Don't underestimate me. You can't stay manager if you don't learn how to play the game. Stand back, Kudo-san. What? You said you were good with words, right? Well, this is what I'm good at. Matter of fact, I'm just the guy for the job. Leave it to me. Right. Good luck. Boys, I want these idiots and their precious evidence gone. Fine by me. Let's take it out front. I'll take on the whole damn team. And then you won't have a team for your games, actually. That's... Whoops. This is a weirdly long pause. They have a lot of weirdly long pauses. I don't know if they're trying to hide a loading screen, because they don't hide most of the loading screens. I think they just kind of... Oh, I remember. It's because they have a dialogue system where it doesn't proceed until the animation finishes playing, and sometimes they queue up an animation that's just way too long. And that includes cutscenes, I think. Or the cutscene also won't progress until the dialogue, until the current animation is finished playing. And so sometimes everyone just awkwardly stands there for 10 seconds. Y'all like to play baseball? Oh, I missed it.
Here we go.
You're in it now.
You're made of paper and sadness. That's a knife. Why are your knives so weak? Also, there's way more people than this on a baseball team. Oops. Wow, I just straight up, wow, I missed. I've never seen any of my attacks miss in this game before. Oh, he's in trouble. Nope, still alive.
For mercy now.
Machiavellian manager. Yeah, they made a point to put a Sujidex person in like every single side mission. Man. That all you got? Thanks, you really saved my ass. Don't sweat it. Anyway, you better get on that article, yeah? Yeah. For the first time in a long time, I'll finally be able to write something worth reading. Anzai'll be able to return to baseball with this. This is for helping with our little interview. Take it. Give my regards to Hanayama and Anzai. Yeah. Sure. What do you do with an old fountain pen? That's a relief. Now, Anzai can make his return. Better let him know. So this is another taxi. Will this add it to the map? Like maybe I just added... Yeah, maybe I just added the bottom right corner to my list of taxi locations. He's still up there, right? Wait, where is he? Oh, he's all the way up there now. Okay. Weird. I don't have any of that, the area with the homeless encampment on my map. I really gotta find where all these other spots are hiding. I'll slowly get some progress towards using them at least. Did you... It's not the end of the world whether or not I have taxi in the homeless area, just because it's the starting zone. Oh, there's one right there. All right, well, at least I'm glad I'm finding this. I still think that like having a giant open world's mostly overrated, but it is nice to understand what's going on here for the sake of this playthrough. I have made the mistake of not being able to fast travel for too long, running all the way up and down this map, and I am so sorry, everyone. Dude. Oh my god. Oh! That bus is magnetic, even though I made of flesh. It's got flesh magnetism. That's an upsetting phrase. Magneto, but for gore. The bloodbender. Well, now this became another type of collectathon. It's collect the taxis. I gotta keep an eye out for every taxi. It has bespoke value for me as a thing that will make it so I stop running across the entire map. Somebody's probably been yelling at me for like the last 10 hours. Gotta catch 'em all. Taxi 'em on. There's another one. If I click on it, maybe they won't aggro. Yep, I have the bottom right corner now. Yep, all those districts. Technically not the one on the far right, but just a distribution of them would be good. I don't need to have literally every spot, although it's convenient if there's always one really close by.
Yo!
Hey, you're that guy from before.
Your manager admitted to everything.
Huh?
It'll be out to the public soon. Then you'll finally be able to put this all behind you. You can get back to playing baseball again. Pretty cool, huh?
No. It was still my fault. I have no intention of returning to the field.
Why you gotta be so stubborn?
Sure, my manager may have given me the order. But in the end, I'm still the one that went through with it. No matter what my manager said, if I hadn't done it, none of this would have happened. You don't understand. Baseball is sacred, and I ended up betraying it. Whatever the world says, I don't have any right to play the game ever again. Not after putting Hanayama out of the game like that.
Honestly, he should feel really, really, really bad and maybe quit. It's one like it's nice to be like threatened or to be pressured or to be in these bad situations, but you did still like there's always the issue of like the just following orders element of somebody who does something horrible just because they're part of the system, but like the people having that power is because of all the people involved that are willing to play along the moment and they roll over when things get tough like this. But specifically in this, it's like it wasn't just that you like corrupted things like it was like not like you threw the game because of a bet or something like that. The payoff of you being pressured was that you physically injured someone so severely that you might have ruined their career, like horrible amounts of like pain, and then like in the moment, but then also like the long-term ramifications of an injury in general, and just like the idea of like permanently potentially taking somebody out of their career with an injury like that, like their thing that they devoted their life to. You took their thing from them seemingly because you didn't want to lose yours. And that's like, that's a very upsetting idea already. But the fact that it's your childhood friend is like, okay, man, that's so cold at that point to have gone that far.
Hey, don't act like I'm down and out just yet.
Huh? Hanayama.
Still stubborn as hell, eh, Anzai?
Oh my god. Hanayama, I'm so sorry.
Anzai?
No, I gotta say this. I took away baseball from you, even knowing how much you loved it. I'm truly, terribly sorry.
Like I just said, don't talk about me like I'm out for good. It's not over for me yet. You haven't taken anything from me. I can't say this doesn't hurt, but I'll recover, and I'll make my triumphant return. Just watch. The fans will be sad if I don't. And what's worse, my good friend will just stay depressed.
Oh my god. Hanayama.
Whether you come back or not, that's up to you to decide. Either way, just keep this in mind. When I step back out on the field, it won't be the same game if you're not in it.
Hanayama.
You're not gonna make it up to me by moping around, are you? If you want to make it right, then do it on the diamond. We're baseball guys, aren't we? Come on, Anzai, don't worry about it. Why don't we give it another crack? We'll climb back up together.
Why? Why would you ever be willing to forgive someone like me?
Well, that's what friends do, right?
Hanayama. Hey, thank you.
Good thing there's no crying in baseball.
They made up. Oh, Hanayama can be a manager. I guess this is one connection between the gameplay and the narrative, is that there's managers that you can get. I actually didn't know if that was going to happen, because a lot of them are incorporated into your battle buddies or whatever they're called. Which I should double check to see if there's any ones I haven't done yet, I guess. Just to watch all the animations. I don't think I really need their help. The smart thing would be to save all of, because you could use them for the first time for free. I'm on taxi watch right now. You can use them free for each time you unlock one for the first time you use one. So the smart thing would be to save them, but I'm doing a playthrough, so I'm like, I gotta show everyone these animations, right? If I'm unlocking these. So I'm prioritizing doing each one and making sure I do them so that you guys get to watch them over the idea of saving them for my own strategic use. That is a whole ass soccer field. I have never been to this part of the map. Now I wonder if there's like a soccer minigame? It seems kind of inevitable, right? Also, I forgot to double check to see whether or not, is it a safe? Oh, I have been over here. Just around. I forgot to double check whether or not, when you fail a test, if you can take it again. I would assume you can keep taking it over and over again, but you lose the money, obviously. So I probably should have saved and loaded just for the money. But, oh my god. But they have had things you can permanently fail in Yakuza games before, and that would really suck. So I really should have kept an eye on it. I thought about it at the time, and then I forgot to actually scroll down to check to see if I could take it again. So I might permanently lose that one unless I reload and replay everything I've done since, which would suck. I've also learned about where all the bugs are, to some extent. Because there's like a couple of them on trees at the beginning of the game, but they're really rare. And so you don't get a lot of bugs. But as you proceed, what becomes clear is that, particularly when you get to the north, there's these big open fields, the parks. And in those, you just run around and mash A and just fucking non-stop. There's just like these arrows marking where there's like spiders and hornets or whatever the hell. And you quickly get a whole bunch of bugs. So I don't still totally know why I want them, but I know how to get some more at least.
Oh, this is one of the locations for a movie I saw last year. Lover of Hama, I think. You guys seen it?
Nah, never really got the chance back when I was on the force.
If I had enough money for a movie, I had enough money for cheap sake.
And I was still in prison last year, remember?
Forget I asked.
I am sad about just the amount of alcoholism in this group. Jeez. Alright, so this list is looking a lot better now. That's good. Now we have a north one. A few in the north. So let's go to this, yeah, bottom right district and work up from there, I guess, on quests. And I'll be a bit more efficient because I won't have to run around quite the same way I was before. This zone is always so dense with enemies, it's actually kind of unhinged. Can I hop this? Yeah, you can't hop this fence. Oop. Was that one? There's probably one back here regardless. Oh, I got a prompt. There it is. Pansy seeds. Not seeing anything else. Oh, nope. Thing's over here. Manderville, is that you?
Huh? Where'd that come from?
Somebody help!
What the heck happened to him? Alright. Just ignore what I see. Let's help the guy.
Help me! Someone! Anyone!
Hey, you alright? You hold still. I'll get you out right now.
Thought I was gonna die. Man,
You really saved my hide. I owe you one.
What were you doing in there, though? How does anyone even end up like that?
Nothing shady, I can tell you that. I'm just a humble vagabond. People call me Shige-san, and that there's my treasure trove.
What, this dumping ground?
Yeah. I don't want to say it too loud, but this mountain of trash here is a gold mine. And, well, sometimes I get stuck trying to dig out the good stuff.
You really dig through this crap? Bet you there's not even fool's gold in there.
Sure, maybe it seems like junk on the surface, but dig deeper, and you'll come up on the good stuff. Take this doohickey, for instance.
Whoa, nice watch.
I would hope so. It's worth 1,000,000 yen.
You serious? Why would somebody throw that away? What even is this place?
Seems to me it's where the Yakuza get rid of whatever they need, well, disposed of. So I poke around here long enough, I figure I'll end up with a small fortune.
Whoa, slow down. Aren't you being kind of reckless? If you get caught, it's over for you.
Oh, ain't nobody caught on yet. Besides, they're throwing away stuff they don't even want. How can they complain?
Try saying that to their face.
Come on. Aren't you even the least bit interested? You never know. You might find something right for you.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You sure? Nobody even wants this stuff, so no point in passing it all up. Anyway, why don't I give you what I found today as thanks for bailing me out? Oh, I should probably get your name first, shouldn't I?
It's Kasuga.
Okay then, Kasuga-san. Today, I'm bringing in the motherlode.
Is he gonna be all right? I better come back and check up on him at some point.
Meet Shige-san sometime later. Meanwhile, in a parallel dimension, he'll be fine. Everything's fine. Oh, what's that? Alright, you can sometimes search things that aren't vending machines. I don't love that it's a half-eaten bento. That's, they really commit to the identity of him picking up, like, just the most upsetting stuff as if he's desperate to survive. This mechanic's very funny because it's just completely irrelevant 5 seconds after you start. Might have to go back and forth to simulate the time passing in this quest a little bit. Oop. Maybe part of me is just a little annoyed about the idea of running right back to the spot over and over again, like walking away and walking back.
Hey, Yumiko-san. Isn't it time you moved on to something more appropriate for your age?
I really don't know what you're suggesting, Shiho-chan.
Why are they ganging up on that dominatrix lady?
50 Shades of Play.
Don't you think you're past your prime? Look, nobody wants you around. So listen to the #1 girl and leave.
But I do still have clients who request me. So for their sake, I can't just...
Yeah, we know you're totally lying.
The rep of this place has been dropping lower than that sagging ass of yours.
My advice? Find a cushy day job and let the next generation run the show. Got it, Granny Panties? But really, don't you think it's time to put down the whip? You could break a hip in those heels.
No! I take pride in what I do. I've always done my best to help my clients leave happy, even if there aren't many left.
I wasn't asking for your opinion. I'm saying you're nothing but an eyesore. Understand?
Kill them.
What's with that look? You want me to slap it off your face?
All right, ladies, that's enough.
Huh?
I know it's none of my business, but you're taking this way too far. Oh, and frankly speaking, I think you're the ones bringing your club down, not her.
What? Ew, what is with him? He one of yours, Yumiko-san? Only a loser would eavesdrop.
This loser's only here because he heard you stirring up trouble. Half the town could, really. I was just passing by.
Then why don't you mind your own business? We don't have to listen to some random nobody.
Forget it, girls. Let's just go.
Hold on, Shiho. We're not finished with her.
Yeah? Well, I am. Besides, I got an even better idea.
That's not good.
Watch your back out there, Grams.
Yeesh. You all right there?
I am. Thank you.
Guess there's always haters no matter where you go. Sometimes life's a harsh mistress.
That's just cruel. A lot of group bullying comes up here and there in these. Watermelon? That's the name of the club? That's not hot at all. Well, that was rather tame. Couldn't feel a scratch. And somehow, that scares me. What? The fault lies completely with us, sir. Please accept this session on the house. I don't know what to say. I just wasn't enough for him. Don't worry. Not even the toughest mistress in town can make him feel anything again. No one can. He's too far gone, even for S&M. He literally feels nothing anymore. Aw, that's so sad.
Hey.
That guy's some kind of celebrity or something? Well, you could say he is in our world. We've come to call him Mr. Masochist. Mr. Masochist? That's right. He roams the streets looking for agony in a basement of the lowest caliber, but lately he's been in a funk, saying nothing makes him feel proper pain anymore. What happened to the poor guy? And now he's got every kink club in town bending over backwards trying to satisfy his needs. They're just rolling with it, huh? Well, think about it. Wouldn't you want to be known as the only establishment who can break the unbreakable? That kind of buzz would be priceless.
Oh.
Ah, that's kind of smart, actually. Have you tried guns? Everyone in the business is going after him. Rinky Kink, Fetch a Fetish, Bloody Gauntlet, the Dom Dome. But he just walks out sulking. That man was stiff as a board, but not in the way he needed to be. Oh. I was gonna say, it's the phrasing. Guess that's one way to put it. It's his skin. Say what? His skin was concrete hard. No matter how much elbow grease I gave it, or any kind of grease for that matter, he wouldn't even flinch. Looks like I still have a long way to go. Don't be so hard on yourself. Why don't we do some training so that next time he comes around, you can make him feel alive again?
Hi.
Yeah, you're right. Well, time to work on our customer service, so to speak. It's customer servicing. Talk to you later. Yeah. Also weird that you spilled the beans about that guy, but okay. Probably shouldn't treat customers that way. So we got a Mr. Masochist running around town. Why does that not surprise me? You dare talk back to me, pig? Forgive me, mistress. I mean, hoink. Have fun, y'all. Alright. Do not want, though. Do-do-do. I figured something was back here. I think this might be the same guy I talked to before. And for a way to turn your money into more money? Oh, not investments. Ew. You invest this much and you might get this ROI. Wait, did I just... Oh, it goes back. Okay, it shows up at the office. I'm like, I didn't say yes, did I? Oh, his cigarette was floating without him. I've said no to every investment opportunity in the entire game so far. One, because it wasn't really explained how it works. I'm guessing that it's just like you give them this much money and that's how much money they claim they'll get you back, and then you just find out the hard way if they give you the money they promised or if they give you less or none and it falls through. Because it's an investment, which means it's not guaranteed, I guess. But my thing is that, like, I literally can't find more to do with my money. Like, I literally can't spend the money I have in that minigame. Mainly because you can't invest in more properties. In Yakuza 0, you would just keep buying up more and more of the Monopoly board, but in this game you have a limit on how many properties you can have and a limit on how many people can be working in each property. And you can't even actively buy more expensive people because it's RNG who shows up on the hiring board, and they're always worse than the people I have. So I genuinely don't even know what to spend money on besides giving my people bonuses so that they're happy with me instead of not happy with me. So I don't even bother with the investments because I'm like, why gamble money for no reason? Fuck it. I'll just keep making linear progress.
Hey.
Hey, still at it, huh? Yes, sirree. I'm making easy money. Why on earth would I stop? That, and I never actually seen Yakuza here aside from the first time. They ain't coming back. Oh, right. I promised to give you another something as thanks. I hauled in some nice finds, so pick whatever you like. Creepy object. Can I have this? Yeah, take it. Rhyme amulet? Well, what about all the other weird shit that turns up? This is Yakuza dumping ground, so you might just have been lucky up until now. You really that spooked? I think you might be overthinking it. Anyway, would you mind keeping quiet about this place? Can't afford to lose my piece of the pie. You don't have to worry about me. That's what I like to hear. Well, I'm off for today. Later, Kasuga-san. Yep. This seems like a bad idea. Everything seems like a bad idea. Don't do any of this. Bad idea. Bad. Let's head up here, I think. See how close I can get via warping, maybe? Ah. This is a good one to have unlocked regardless, because I need access to, okay, in cases like this, I don't know where I'm warping to. Like, if I click on Commercial District, it's kind of relevant if they tell me where I'm warping. Which... Okay, you can click on each individual arrow. That's good to know. So I have a lot of warp points in the specific spot. So they went with arrows instead of taxi cab icons or something. Now! I'm subconsciously running towards the pink arrow, which is bad, except it is where I'm going, basically, so it's not that bad. Okay. I was like, hang on a minute. I'm not actually tracking the quest right now. I think I am going to just sort of, like, navigate in an order that kind of fits for getting around here. Do I not have that one? Hang on a second. That was the closest one. I wish that there was a... I kind of wish they looked different to indicate that you don't have them yet or something. Maybe. They're actually surprisingly densely packed, so I just gotta keep running around grabbing them all. Weird they didn't explain taxis. At least I don't think they did, because I've been pretty good about reading them, the tutorials. Oh, there's another one! Jesus, they're everywhere!
That wasn't enough time.
The miracle of spice. I do sense the irony in me committing to running across the map for that one quest, and then right when I'm picking up taxis, I'm also like, you know, let's just pick these up based on proximity and juggle them a bit, and let the chaos ensue a little bit, because I'm a little tired of having to pick out the one blue from the needle from the haystack of gray ones that are all kind of all happening at once. Let's see if it's more fun when it's all happening at once, I guess.
Huh? Excuse me. You need help crossing the street?
Well, of sorts, yes.
Looks to me like the signal changes pretty quick. Why don't I just carry you over?
No, and while I do appreciate your kindness, that won't be necessary.
You sure you're gonna be okay like that?
I'll be fine. You see, I made the decision to walk with my own 2 feet until I'm dead and gone. Heck, I won't even get in a car unless I have to.
Well, at least you're sticking to your guns.
Yes, and that's why I intend to cross this street without any assistance.
Okay, then if that's the case... Oh, it's green.
All right, Umeko, you can do this. Here we go. Oh dear, how many times has it been now?
Why don't you go to a different crosswalk? Maybe without a signal.
If I did, that means that's a victory for this here crosswalk, and I can't let it win. Oh, I do wish these old legs of mine were quicker.
I wish we could just carry her, but I doubt she'd go along with it. This poor woman.
You know, I'd like to help, but I'm fresh out of ideas.
Don't you worry about me, son. I just think I'll head home for the day. Oh.
No. I've always worried about the upsetting, like, old women spines from these games. Like you encounter in like I first saw an old woman like that in a video game in Shenmue, where I'm like, why is she bent over like that? Why? It's especially upsetting in Shenmue because they look up at you when they talk to you, so they have like an owl neck, and you're like, I don't, please stand up. I don't know. I've just never seen an old woman actually look like that, so it feels like a trope. I'm sure there's people that have really bad backs on some level, but oh my god, Jesus Christ. Strong incentive to get a cane and a brace or something. Bye. A paralyticist. The fact that I'm still encountering low-level enemies that are new for the decks is interesting. I don't know if their levels and types actually correlate in any real way, though. Ahoy there, Kasuga-san. Kasuga-san. After all that belly aching, you came back. I just came to see how things are. So you find anything today? I'm fishing something up right now. Let's see. Oh? Huh. Would you look at that? Sure, it's got a nice design, but that's just the tip of the trash berg. Don't get yourself stuck head first like last time. Eh, you can just have it. Pshaw. I won't make the same mistake twice. Uh-huh. Up. Hmm? Holy shit. What is it? Oh shit, it's drenched in blood. Ugh, it's still wet and sticky. It's all full of holes. Somebody probably spilled a lot of spaghetti on it. Hey, are you shitting me right now? Shouldn't we report this to the police? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? I don't even have a phone.
Hold on.
Dude, calm down. And immediately walked in on. Are you guys guarding your own fucking evidence? Stupid. You had to go and make more work. Yakuza who use their fucking heads don't just murk a guy and toss their fucking clothes in the dump. Sorry about that, Hanaki. I figured I'd get away with chucking some random shirt. You figured? Well, that leads it right back to you, idiot. That's what I was asking. Like, what do you mean this is a Yakuza dumping ground? You don't want to have a known Yakuza dumping ground. That's just where somebody would look for evidence. And it's like, what? Why aren't you burning evidence or something? I know, I'm a dumbass. A real piece of shit. Really. Whatever. You threw it around here? Go find it, quick. Okay. Should be right there in that pile of... The fuck? Well, you have fucked around and found out. Well, both of you, really. Hey, you! What do you think you're doing? Just staring at nothing. Huh? I was just, shit. For fuck's sake, of all the shit in that heap, you had to find that. Did I do something wrong? Put it to you this way, your garbage digging ass just turned up incriminating evidence, so it can't just let you walk out alive, especially now that you're saying it out loud. Chalk it up to a stroke of bad luck, but hey, no hard feelings. My condolences and all that shit. So, you killed whoever was wearing the shirt, and this is all that's left? I could tell you that. What good's it gonna do to tell a dead man? That'd be wasting my breath. Great, now I gotta fight this guy. Uh-huh. Well, time to murder some guys with a fat stack of cash. It's so dumb. It feels like that attack should cost money or something. Oh, that didn't do chipper damage. I guess that was the lackey and this is the main guy, so we probably should use abilities on him and not just auto attack him down with the rest of the group. This guy's got some health. Here comes the stab. Damn, even with resistance, that's a pretty strong attack.
Never thought I'd dig up something so awful and run afoul of the Yakuza.
You never predicted that possible outcome happening? The only possible outcome?
Guess there's no shortcuts to money and success, are there? I always hated the idea of money ruling the world. So I chose to walk the path of the dumpster diver. But maybe it's time I suck it up and get an actual job, huh?
That might be a good idea.
Now, I would have been killed were it not for you. So here, I hope you get some use out of this. Anyway, I'm off to find some work. Maybe a shower and some better clothes while I'm at it.
Good. Try and take care of the ladder stuff first.
You know? Well, maybe I ought to work a garbage truck, picking up one shiny bundle of joy after another. You stay healthy, Kasuga-san.
Sheesh. Guess one man's trash is another man's treasure.
I mean, we got multiple pieces of treasure from this trash. Another manager, sure. What are the items I got, by the way? Valuables... I have 21 Tojo Clan things already. That was quick. Photo of Anzai, sure. Seeds, mysterious compost, pansy, blah blah. Some plates. Materials, grow. Increases the rank of bodyguard by 1. So increases your bodyguard level, which nobody has. But even if you do, it's just one. These items kind of suck. You just gain level regardless, so it's not that interesting to make it go up by one. It's not a huge upgrade in general when you upgrade your level. I wonder where that pen is that I got. Could be a it's probably a material because there's just so many materials in this game. It's not a big deal. It's just somebody gave me an old pen for a quest a minute ago. Alrighty, so right back out of this zone then. I can't believe that when the guy dug through the Yakuza zone, it was full of Yakuza stuff. Nobody could have predicted this outcome. We have a lot of reasons to go to this region now. Our best location's actually here. Oh, I went here. Oh, I thought I was warping here, technically. It's not that big of a difference. Gotta head south. Don't look at me! No, they looked at me. Now you die. Sorry. Terrible news about your future. Bonk. You thought you were the one survivor, but you're not? Wow, Sujidex Unboxer? Wow, I fought a bunch of Unboxers early in the game. That's wild that I've never fought a single Unboxer since unlocking the Sujidex. Oh, I guess you can walk up here. Didn't expect that. And then I obliterated the bottle, I think. Yeah. Briefly thought I saw something else. Just like the bottle flying through the air, I think. And the sign is just shiny. Yep. Sir? You're not going to beat the tree. Daddy issues.
Aw, I get all warm and fuzzy whenever I see a swing. I really liked them as a little girl. My dad used to take my sister and me to the pet.
God damn it. I took a moment to take a drink. And then I was like, oh shit. They're gonna attack me, I better pause. Then I remembered me pausing also interrupts the fucking conversation. God damn it. Oh, does it?
Yeah? Well, if I ever start a family, I'd want us all to play together on weekends, too.
I'm having a hard time seeing Adachi as a dad.
Oh, come on. I'd be a good dad, right? In fact, I'd be a regular old sugar daddy.
That doesn't mean what you think it means. Don't ever say that again. Ever.
Huh? Oh, well, you get the idea.
Started so sweet and ended in salt.
Adachi's the one person in this group that's technically taking care of a child in some way. I mean, they're not a child anymore, but they were. It's actually really easy to imagine Adachi as a dad. What are you talking about? And as a daddy. Sir, you need to stop. What's up with the amount of tree violence in this game?
Have you lost it?
Just leave me alone.
Wait, don't I know you?
Oh, it's him.
The guy from the red light district.
Mr. Fetish.
You're Mr. Masochist, right?
So you've heard of me before?
Mostly just rumors from a fetish club. Anyway, I'm Kasuga.
Mostly just from the place where he'd be known that.
Kasuga-san, is it? I'm Soda Makinohara. But most people simply call me Mr. Masochist.
Are you sure you want to give me your full name?
Uh-huh. So why were you headbutting a tree just now?
Because I want to feel. I want to hurt.
Oh, right. I heard something like that from the club owner. About how you can't feel pain anymore.
That would be correct. As a true glutton for punishment, I've spent many a night getting beaten half to death. By beautiful women in leather, might I add. But that's beside the point. The As the months turned into years, my senses began to dull. Eventually, I felt nothing. Happiness is fleeting, as they say.
Dang. I know I started the conversation and all, but I can't relate to that. Like, at all.
Here's who I really am.
Nice.
A man with a body unyielding, lusting for pain, yet never receiving. At least I built up muscle. They'd leave me twisted like a pretzel overnight sometimes. Alas, I suppose this is no laughing matter.
I don't think being whipped and spanked and contorted and stuff builds muscle.
You're telling me.
Which brings us to the tree. I thought it would hurt if I smashed it with my head.
And did it?
No. I felt stronger pain from a mosquito's embrace.
Wow. Sounds like you've been through a lot, man. I don't know what to say. Much as I like to help, I should probably get going.
Wait! Why don't you just hear me out?
The abruptness of being like, anyway, I'm bored. Bye.
Notice that you have a pretty solid physique, though it pales in comparison to mine.
Okay.
Preference for whip ladies aside, I wish to test my endurance out on you. Beggars can't be choosers, as they say. So let me ask you, Kasuga-san. Will you strike me with everything you have?
You want me to hit you?
Yes. If it hurts, there's still hope. Use whatever tools you have at your disposal. Gang up on me if you have to.
Man, he's actually serious. Is it really okay to start wailing on him, though?
You asked for it. And trust me, we ain't no mosquitoes.
That's probably a bad idea.
All right. Then come at me!
I mean, everyone else I ever beat up is fine afterwards, so I'm not that worried. But I'm like, is this guy got... Why is he walking like that? This music. Oh, it goes hard, actually. This is good. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, is this guy like some kind of superhero in the universe? Is he got incredible capabilities somehow? Or does he just have like a nerve condition and he doesn't feel pain, but it's actually fucking him up the whole time? Because that would be bad. Oh. Okay. Let's maybe not use mounted then if it's just gonna take 0 damage. Joyful jig. Why is he dancing with glee? I know it's because they were using the pervert class, but like he's supposed to very specifically be moroseful and miserable. Those cheeks though. He's just repeatedly, yeah, spank me. Maybe I have to come back and do this quest after I learn Tiger Drop. They probably won't teach me Tiger Drop. That'd be pretty cool though if it was your reward for doing a perfectly timed counter as you Tiger Drop people. That's like the only thing I got kind of okay at.
That's enough.
It's like my own saving grace on how hard it was to survive against really hard enemies and certain Yakuza games. It's like, well, but maybe if I do Tiger Drop right, especially since like it sometimes takes out an entire health bar. Any luck? I'm afraid not. Despite being beaten to a pulp, I couldn't feel a thing. Damn. To think I'll never feel true pain again. That by itself almost hurts. Come on, Mr. Masochist, was it? I no longer deserve that name. Please, just leave me be. Sir, you're still in public, though. Unless... Well, nothing more I can do for him. Hope he finds the pain he's looking for. Maybe you should find that one fucked up, like, insect that makes people scream when they touch it, or was it a plant? I don't remember. Sujimon Sensei, glad you've been keeping up with the Suji decks. In fact, I'd like to give you a little something as a reward. Stop by the Sujimon Center when you can. I'm at the second floor of the blah, 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 blah. How many sushi mans did I get? 90. Why? Why 90? Why is 90 the milestone? Not 50, not 100. The first milestone I get is 90. Let's see, was he up here? I think he was all the way up here, but he might have been down here. There he is. Right, that's what that icon is. There's a guy waiting for me down by the tip of the homeless area. I'll check in on the Sujimon guy at some point. Is it a thingy? It was. I think it said the same guy as the Tojo Clan crest collector. The Tojo Clan crest quest, oh my god, is really weird because it's like, why would there be so many Tojo Clan insignias scattered everywhere, even if it went bad for them? Like, why would this happen to their insignias? It's just super strange. Do I have any of these to turn in, actually? Nope. Hey, you're the guy who stepped in for me. I did?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're Yumiko-chan, was it? That's right. I hardly got to say thank you last time, because I ran away. No biggie, as long as you're okay. Those girls still giving you trouble? A little, but I can handle it. And truthfully, I am their senior, so I need to set the example. Making a big fuss about it won't do. Having said that, I still adore my job. Letting my other self loose and giving people pleasure? There's truly nothing like it. While I am sad to see my clientele dwindle over time, I'm committed to working hard until my very last session. Gotta go out with a bang, right? Ha, I getcha. Yumiko-chan, your shift's almost up, so you can... Oh, I didn't know you had a customer. My apologies. I should have looked around in a very basic way. It's not like that. We were just chatting is all. It's not like that. It's a weird thing to say, too. It's like... You're as if you need to distance yourself from being at the cash register. Ah, so you're her friend. Well, let me tell you something. Yumiko-chan here is beyond wonderful. She's earnest, she's diligent, she's practically our poster girl. I'd pay her 10 grand an hour if I could, but at that rate I'd go out of business. Yeah. Oh please, I'm very happy with what you give me. So Yumiko-chan has a day job too. Bet nobody guessed that when the sun goes down, she morphs into a man spanking queen of the night, unless they happen to ever go to either of those places, both those places. I wish that philandering son of mine would take a page out of Yumiko-chan's book. Oh, I didn't know you had a son, ma'am. I do. That rascal spends his entire salary and even his bonuses in what he calls nightlife entertainment. He's been avoiding me, too. Probably thinks I'm going to lecture him for days on end, which I should. Is he Mr. Masochist? Huh, this lady sure does remind me of someone. Makinohara? Where have I heard that?
Kasuga-san, is it? I'm Soda Makinohara. But most people simply call me Mr. Masochist. Hmm?
Hey, your son isn't named Sota by any chance, is he? Oh, do you know him? I'd appreciate if you told me how to get a hold of him. I mean, to give him a piece of my mind. Ahahaha. You know, I'd better be going. Have a great night. You too, honey. Take care now. Wow, so that's Mr. Masochist's mom. Wonder what would happen if she caught him in his element. Fucking leave him alone. No one needs to be thinking about... Wow, what if your mom saw you have sex? Makes you think, right? I'm like, what? Fuck off. The man did say he wanted to feel pain. What could be more painful than being yelled at by your mom? Well, should I bring his mom over? Is that the quest, or is that a choice? I'll double check this real quick. Oh, I think this is a different quest. I think it's the other one I had in progress. But I'm like, I don't want to... I'm not sure if I want to bring his mom over, but that might just be what the quest is. It is weird to finish a leg of a quest and have the next leg of the quest just be click on the person right in front of you again. It almost never does that. It burns! Whoa. The hell happened to him? This isn't selling at all. Oh, how about you, young man? Want to buy some kimchi? Just whipped up a fresh new batch. Well, it isn't fresh, strictly speaking, but you don't go calling it old and rotten now. I won't, but why are you selling kimchi out here? Is there even such a thing as fresh kimchi? Isn't it fermented by definition? Why, to earn a living, of course. It's nice to be out in the city, talking to the locals. Makes for good advertising. I guess. So how about it? Want to try a little sample? Oh, can I? Since I'm here, I might as well. Oh, it looks good. Just having it in front of me makes my mouth water. Alright, here goes nothing. Just the right amount of crunch. It's got a nice kick. Wait, this is more than a kick. Holy. Oh my. It burns! I'm gonna shit out all my organs now. Oh, I'm back. Well, did you like it?
Bastard.
Did I like it? What is in that stuff? It was like chewing hot glass. Phew. Okay, I think I'm cooling down. Huh. You know, now that the spice wore off, I can actually taste the rest of it. And it's good. No, it's damn good. It's got this sour sort of pepperiness to it. Being able to spice unlocked a hidden flavor. And even though the spice really kicked my ass, I kind of want more. You gotta tell me, Gramps, what's in this kimchi? It seems you've learned to appreciate the finer subtleties of kimchi. Kudos to you. Make this concoction of mine, I used a secret pepper. Gives it a subtle piquance, unlike any other. Not to mention a heck of a bite. That pepper is known as the Devil's Claw, by the way. Won't find it in any market, that's for sure. Devil's Claw. No wonder it's hot. Unfortunately, not everyone can bear the intensity. Most people take off running before they can discover its true potential. But that's why that other dude is running around all crazy. Bet that's why. Kimchi works wonders on your health, particularly your skin. But I suppose it's a hard sell when people start screaming bloody murder. Well, it does pack a punch. Thought I was going to die for a second. No one's ever died eating kimchi. That sounds like a challenge. It's enjoyed by people of all ages. That being said, it seems like no one around here actually wants my kimchi. It makes me very sad. Yeah, I can imagine. Crazy how one little pepper adds so much heat. Oh, yes. There are peppers out there that add more than just spice. Some are even sweeter than cherry tomatoes. All that aside, I firmly believe that cabbage fermented with Devil's Claw results in some truly amazing kimchi. Well, I'm glad at least one person tried it. Doesn't do much to reassure me, but I'll take what I can get. It's bad it nearly melts in your mouth before you finally... it nearly melts your mouth before you finally start to enjoy it. But if no one can handle the heat, then my kimchi is going nowhere. A product that won't sell is no good. I really feel like we're talking in circles in this scene by now. I get the scene, man. Anyway, I'm thinking of closing up shop for today. How about you take the rest of this batch off my hands? Whoa, you sure? Gonna be a lot of stove hot, do not touch stove. Ah, stove. Yeah, eat it all, give it to your friends, do whatever you like. Ruin the life of everybody in that homeless encampment. As for me, I'm gonna shuffle on out of here. Just gonna leave an entire pot? It's a nice gesture, but I can't imagine who would want to eat this. You're also leaving behind your vase. Miracle kimchi. ×3. But at what cost? Now there's something waiting way up there. Yeah, I think you just have to take his mom over. What's that? Also, what's that? What is up with some of these quests, actually? I'm not sure. Am I right next to the... I'm right next to that. Oh, hello. Why are you coming from the horizon? If I go... Oh, ah! There's the stairs. I think that these suitcases just spawn over time. Maybe even at random, because they're often in places that I definitely checked before. Did your office suddenly spawn a Tojo clan thing? It wouldn't make much sense because you're the person that rewards me for finding them. Although you're also somebody who never seems to do anything, so maybe that's just how little you look.
Oh.
Greetings, friend. I see you've been giving that Sujimon app so much needed. Here's something to tide you over. Yes, it's just a morsel, I'm aware, but you'll have to make do for now. The best is yet to come. These are weirdly timed. Now, there are many Sujimon left to go. Veritable hordes of them. So you gotta dispatch them all. Remember. Stop it! Okay, that was a weird quest. It was like, the timing is fucked up, where at the moment the text finishes populating, the quest the text proceeds immediately. I don't get to read it.
Should I open it? Sweet.
A stone orb. Oh, right, gotta click on...
Need a damn key.
The diviner. Out of 2? Is the stone orb a unique thing? Reminds me I should check... Let's see. Are the orbs in this menu? Odd stone is here, mysterious stone is here, pearl, tungsten. It's probably where the orb would go. Bad at finding stuff because I don't want to carefully read everything. Mysterious fruit. Who cares? Or it could be a piece of gear. Speaking of which. A soft hat. Military armor. I'm currently doing the one that gives me extra agility because I want to have the first turn order. I think it's already not working. Also, maybe agility doesn't affect turn order, but I was trying to get ahead of the breakdancer, but I think it still doesn't work. Boy bracelet. 5 magic instead of the 10 power. Probably want to do the 10 power, but let's see if I find something better. 40 healing. 13 agility instead of 10. Instead of 16. That's worse, actually. 10 dex, 20 dex. Flame amulets, 10% fire. Fire god's amulets, 20% fire. Still not amazing. Reducing damage by 1 in 5. Rhyme amulet was ice. So I've mostly been fighting elemental resist, haven't I? There's a handful of stat resistors. Yeah, not the most impressive items overall. Not a lot of reasons to switch off of this really overpowered one. This one just gives you a bit more defense, but he's supposed to be tank boy. These are 2 +5 attacks, which is not amazing. Maybe 20 dex and the 40 healing. Granted, she never healed. I've never healed the party with her a single time. But she's the only one that has healing anymore, except for Kasuga, but I have to give up doing other stuff to use healing as him. By which I mean just I have to spend the turn healing instead of not healing. Basically. Alright, let's do this quest because it's nearby. And just assume that's the only way to proceed. Because everything else is sending me off into space right now. This is a really bad town to be homeless in when you have a video game protagonist in town that just fucking strip mines the entire area. I can't help it. The game gives me personality points if I do it. I'm so sorry you're starving to death. It won't let me give you the homeless people money. Oh. They hit one back here. Only saw it because of the arrow. The man did say you wanted to yeah. Let's ruin his life. Hey, ma'am? Oh, hello there. Is something the matter? Actually, Mr. Sota-kun, he's in Fukutoku Park right now. Really? You're sure?
Okay.
Yep. Perfect. Today's the day I give that bonehead a proper talking to. I guess I'll go with you. Sota.
Ooh.
Mom? How'd you find me? I had to get your friend here to tell me. Hello. Explain to me what you're doing in a place like this. Don't tell me you quit your job already. No, Mother, I have not quit my job. Why must you always butt into my life? Because your career's gone nowhere. You have nothing in the bank, and you're still single. I'd be a terrible mother if I didn't butt into your life. Just look at you. This is the first I've seen you in ages, and here you are, loafing around in a park in the dead of night. Have you no shame? I didn't raise you to be this way. Oh, you remember Taku-chan, don't you? That nice little boy you used to play with in kindergarten. Look at me when I'm talking to you. Anyway, Taku-chan decided to grow up and get married. Decided to grow up is a funny phrase. I guess, yeah, they mean like become a man in a rite of passage sense, not age, but it still struck me as funny. Anyway, Taku-chan decided to grow up and get married. Unlike someone I know. Who do you think he's married? Tell me, go on, guess. The dominatrix, yep, tiny world. It's Miho-chan, your childhood friend, the girl who always walked you home. You never asked her on a date. Yes, that Miho-chan. Can you believe they're expecting a baby next year? Isn't that wonderful? Taku-chan's mother looked so happy, and who wouldn't? It's her first grandchild, which you haven't given me, you know. I, for one, have longed to see my grandchild's chubby little face, to tickle his tiny toes, but that day won't be coming anytime soon, or with how you turned out. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. You hear me? I haven't even begun to say my piece, but my patience is running thin, so quit slandering my money, your time, and your life. Squandering. At least have the decency to listen to the woman who carried you in her womb for 9 months, then spent an excruciating 12 hours getting you out. Okay? I'll see you later then. Oh, and don't forget to eat your vegetables. Be sure to rinse them carefully, even if they came in a package, understand? Aw, she cares on some level. But also, damn. Listen, Kasuga-san. I did say I was looking for pain. I admit that. But getting my mom to read her list of grievances, that's just cruel, man. You see, what I wanted was physical pain, the kind that scars your body, not your heart.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. To be honest, even I feel a little blasted from that. Well, there's no sense in both of us getting empty and stupid. Feeling empty and stupid. Though I guess I should be happy you were thinking of me. Now I appreciate all you've done for me. But you might as well give up at this point. Oh, I wish I could just, I don't know, curl up and be a clam at the bottom of the sea. Well, with this tough exterior, I guess I'm halfway there. Thought his mom could straighten him out, but instead he just got more twisted. But you know, I've done enough damage, maybe I'll let him be for now. Until I recognize the idea that, wow, I have some kind of dominatrix in the same plot line. I should mix those two.
What's going on? Who are you people?
Ugh.
Oh, so this babe's Yumiko-chan, huh? She does look a bit on the older side, but nothing a little lighting can't fix.
If anything, I like my ladies mature.
Can't get enough of those MILFs, huh?
What is this?
Remember how we talked about sales? I thought I'd find you a little side job. Help make ends meet. Aren't I the sweetest?
I'm gonna throw her in the creek.
Why?
Don't sweat the details. Now this might get a little bit freaky, but isn't that your specialty?
Don't do this! Let me go!
I know that voice. Yumiko-chan. Damn, where is she?
I would not recognize somebody screaming
Down. Dude, roll the camera. We can edit this shit out later.
without having heard it before.
Quit squirming. You don't want me cutting more than your clothes, do you? Stop!
Crap, he's gonna do it!
What in the fuck?
His clothes, just like that.
It figures. I could be hit by a truck buck naked and still wouldn't feel a thing.
Okay, yeah, he somehow is immune to a knife. Okay. What?
Who's this dirty old creep?
Nice save, Mr. Masochist!
Kasuga-san?
Oh, great. Another one. Look, we're filming something important here, so why don't you go piss off?
Oh, am I in it? My agent never told me about this.
Thanks for casting me in your snuff film.
What scroungy looking ass? What? You plan on sticking around? Then we'll stick you to the side of the pavement. Damn straight.
It's time for the casting couch. It's made of your skin.
Okay.
And we are also here. Yeah, a long time ago when they had the side quest about getting the hero class, I thought that my other characters were going to show up in side stories, but I guess not. That was just one narrative moment that's framed as a side story when it's kind of not, and it's never happened again. I'm a little sad about that because I'd love to see these characters showing up in stories, but I wonder if there's the ability. I wonder if you can lose party members over eventually, because if the quest is available for the rest of the game and any of these characters can die, then that'd be a problem. And if one of them was mysteriously omitted from all quests and everyone else was in them, that would really kind of indicate that person might die at some point in a foreshadowing kind of way. Unless you did the extra level of work and rewrote every quest for how it works after they die. That'd be interesting to rewrite it to exist without them. In particular, I think I've heard that, like, I shouldn't specify, but a certain JRPG I've heard has a character who is kind of putting on a persona, and you can uncover their persona and their real personality at some point, but there's a bunch of side content that you can do before or after that, and they put the work in of actually writing that character to separately to interact separately in those conversations and scenes based on when you do the quest. That's like kind of cool to fully allow that possibility. It's a lot of work, but it also avoids having to lock all that content to being existing only before or after that reveal. Because then otherwise the production, like the reason why those kind of character things never happen in most games is because, like, you'd have to either A, lock a ton of content to only be playable after that reveal happens, even though it's not linear, not a linear sandboxy world, or you'd have to make all the content that has its old persona disappear from the game and become missable. And that would suck, because you can't. How do you foreshadow that you need to do all that stuff before that moment when you're trying to hide the reveal and not have it be a thing that you know is going to happen? So it's like the real answer is to do the work and just actually write multiple versions of every scene that could potentially be done either way, and that's actually really cool of an idea.
Moving up in the world.
Yes.
Atlas hold, miraculous voice.
Holy shit. That's tough.
Get up! What's wrong with you guys?
Hey. Take these scumbags and get lost. What you did to Yumiko was way beyond sick. And don't let there be a next time.
Yes, sir. Sorry for the trouble.
No, I'm fine. Thanks again for being there. Oh, and you too. You have no idea how grateful I am.
Don't be. I'm not that important anyway. I'm pretty much a dead man walking. Numb to pleasure, numb to pain. For a guy like me, there's only one way out.
Come on, you don't mean that.
Normally, I charge an arm and a leg for a slap like that. But you needed some sense knocked into you. You saved me from the worst nightmare I've ever experienced. I was scared out of my mind. Yet the first thing out of your mouth is how unimportant and worthless you are. That's not only disrespectful to me, but you disrespect yourself when you say things like that.
Damn.
Yumiko-chan.
That stings.
Anyway, I wanted to return the favor for helping me out not only once, but twice. I know it's not much, but I hope you like it anyway.
The ecstasy rope.
As for you, let me say thank you again. Sorry I had to hit you. But what can I give you?
If I may. Would asking for another smack be too much?
Huh?
When you hit me just now, I was stunned. I haven't felt that kind of pain in ages.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I go too far?
The opposite! I don't mean to freak you out, but I love being stepped on, spit on, crushed, maimed, you name it. But lately I haven't been able to feel things, whether you tie me up or beat me down. That all changed with you. Never have I felt such burning admonition in my life. What you did was tenderize my heart. So please, I'm begging you, tenderize my flesh once more. With this!
Where the hell did he pull that out from?
You know I won't hold back.
Wouldn't want you to, ma'am. Now execute me. Like you mean it, baby!
That voice shift.
Oh, gee! Ah, it hurts so good!
You're a naughty little boy.
I'm at a loss for words. I've never been lacerated so lovingly before. Perhaps this is being too forward. But could you flog me senseless like this from now until the end of time?
Getting married?
I promise. I'll make you satisfied. We could live strappily ever after together.
Strappily ever after?
Too far, dude.
Oh, that's quite a tempting offer.
A man who loves pain and a woman who lives to give it. You can't put a label on romance, I guess. Wonder what they named their kid.
What? Are you hoping that the kid is named Ichiban? Oh. Yep, it's always pound mates. Okay, so there's a clear theme with the pound mates. I don't know if they're going for a gay joke specifically, but that's like the vibe they get from the entire thing. Joke's on you, I'm into that shit. Anyway, happy for them, I guess? I was thinking about how, there's a little bit of like the writer's poorly disguised fetish, which is like, it's one thing to have a dominatrix quest. Like, you're doing stories in a setting that are going to constantly riff on stuff like this, so doing a dominatrix quest is fine. Doing a second one, you're like, oh, it's a callback, ha ha ha. I don't know how many there's been, but there's definitely more than 2 now. There's a lot of dominatrix quests and masochist quests over the course of this franchise. I don't have a total ready, But it's not a coincidence or a just trying out different topics for our giant open world games that have a billion topics. It's like, okay, there's officially been... This is funny, you just can't go this way. No point going this way. They just lock you off a point of the open world with no real justification because there's like some guys there, but that's never stopped me anywhere else. It's just very goofy. Like at some point you're like, okay man, I think this guy might be a little fixated on specifically the dominatrix masochist thing a little bit. It's just, he's brought it up just enough of too many times for it to be like, this is it's a bit of a you thing, which is like, fine, but it's just, I'm just noticing, you say it a lot. Speaking as somebody guilty of not that, but guilty.
You call that a drink? Give me a double shot this time.
Sir, haven't you had enough? I think you should call it a day.
I thought it was the bartender's job to give people their drinks.
You're being unreasonable, sir. I'm only concerned for your health.
Also, you're sitting at a table for 4 and you appear to not have any food? Would you like to sit at the bar, you fucking weirdo?
You should at least have a sip of water.
So you're cutting me off? Way to make a man feel unwanted!
Sir, can you please calm down? You're causing a scene right now.
Yo, mind if I step in?
Huh?
Buddy, just take the water and chill. You'll feel a lot better.
You know what? You all are a bunch of buzzkills. I'm taking my business elsewhere.
The heck was his deal? He's not a regular, is he?
He sort of is. It was actually Il Jin, a former Korean megastar. You didn't recognize him?
Nah, unfortunately I can't begin to keep up with that stuff. Pretty crazy to run into somebody famous here of all places, though. That's a first for me.
Well, he's retired from the industry now. Got caught up in a scandal. He always had such a clean image, too. But I guess fame changes people. Today wasn't even the worst I've seen him. Hope he's not causing trouble somewhere else.
A former star, huh?
Fading star. I'm gonna fade him when I throw him in the river. No, my food. Thank you. Me!
Who's hungry? Me.
Tasty.
Sugoi? Is that the right one? Where'd it go? All the way over there, gosh dang! Ah, I basically need to find a new... Okay, don't go that way though. And I can't go here either, so I have to go like south, basically. I guess I will. So if I go that way, I'll accidentally start the next story beat. Oh, there's a taxi. I missed it on the way in. Oh, and it's conveniently right by this store. I don't think you sell stat ups though. Absolute safety shoes. Look at these robot shoes. The smart robe. Doesn't give me more defense than my current one. Thief's mask. Iron hammer. Can you make a single person stronger? Only the person that I don't use. This one says E. It's the one I'm currently using, I guess is the reason why. Yeah, so I think he only sells weapons. And these safety shoes for whatever reason. These are strong. Those are kind of strong. Oh. I'm mostly hesitant to buy too much gear because I don't really want to have people enough drops and you have a whole party to equip that it's like a money hole that is often not worth it because you'll probably get stuff anyway. Okay, so the masochism or the pleasure rope or whatever is not in here. Gold anklets. Lots of anklets. A lot of melee weapons for him. I have 8 weapons for this guy. Self-proclaimed hero's bet is very funny. I wonder if we want to try to go to buy here real quick, because I'm remembering that there's the... I believe this is right at the upgrade shop, and I haven't checked it for like 10 hours, so... Am I wrong? Love... Romance... Oh, it's over there. Romance Workshop. Silly me for not knowing that the Romance Workshop is not in the Red Light District. Improve gear. Craft weapon. The Thundercrack bat. Electrical type damage. That could be fun. I don't have scorpions. I need scorpions. Normal. Also just not that much stronger most of the time. Like +3? Eh? My rank's not high enough. Strengthen weapon. So you can make the hero's cane go up by 12, but like my weapon is already 44 ahead of that. So you really gotta sell me on the idea, man. Does it tell me which ones are currently upgraded? Okay, so the stone orb is for a class. A soothsayer or something. So sometimes there's more than one you can upgrade. But it's really restricted, yeah. There's a ton of items in the game. I guess these are all, this is an other because it's for the ones that I don't currently have equipped, I guess. Or the classes I haven't discovered, essentially. I don't know, maybe I'll keep upgrading the hero's bat because it's like the iconic main weapon of sorts and see if it eventually becomes good. Because games like this often will make it so that the upgrade path of a shitty item is like the best item in the game. And like, what else am I using these resources for?
Pretty good.
I basically don't engage with the upgrade system in most of these games. For Cow Attack 0 is the only remaining thing I need. Okay. I can get like 10 of those from the pawn shop. That's what it's called. I think that's the closest I can get. Look at all this taxi style I'm getting. You get style points for taking the taxi. That's a weird leap. Sounds strange to me. Like, what do you mean I get style points? It's a taxi. Who's this sexy man who takes taxis places? Especially in a public transit country like Japan. Where a lot of people don't take their own cars in general. No, I specifically didn't want to engage with enemies. You're so far away, man. Okay, I don't know why the hungry homeless guys are next to the primal psychopath. And then just some assassin who's bad at his job. That's a bit much. Wait. Oh, I'm on the Iron Club, okay. I was briefly worried that it had automatically switched me to the bat, and I'm like, no, that's not the thrift store. Pawn shop. I mean, technically they're similar. You pawn things at a different expectations, I think, as far as clientele and scale of thing you're pawning. Is this all you sell? I thought you had... No! Dang it. Okay. This will be a problem for later me, I guess. Am I almost back there again? That's funny. Yeah, this will be a not recording me problem. It's too much troubleshooting to try to figure out. Be like, okay, where's the fucking item? Which store is it in? Let's Google another thing. That's my bad for trying to do it during an episode. I haven't tried the Atlas hold yet. What is it? Why? Dang. I assume that the rest of the hits normally hit him, and he doesn't, if he doesn't like bounce off from dying to the first hit, I guess. Don't attack me. Anyway, about that store upgrade. How much is it? 200,000? Ta-da!
Thanks to your investment, I was able to get a ton of new equipment for the shop. Seriously, thank you so much. This means I can make a whole lot more stuff.
Hey, no worries. Helping this place helps me out too, you know?
Well, I'll do all I can to show my gratitude. Hope you'll keep coming back.
Yeah.
Although a question is, can you now strengthen any more stuff? No, it's just the same things. Are you more efficient at strengthening things, perhaps? Probably not. I kind of want like at least like sort by things I can do. Magical sandals. These are decent. Might as well just make one. I'm a little worried that whenever I do this, I might be using up items that might be needed on like the critical path of the thing I'm trying to upgrade, and then I don't know how to get more of them. I always get choice paralysis around systems like this when there's just too many options. Mirage coat.
Looking good.
The trick hat. That's goofy.
Wow, pretty good.
Big spender for having spent. Oh, I forgot that cost money. I forgot that crafting costs money on top of the crafting materials, so I just spent like 300,000 more, I think. Whoops. Oh, everyone gets trickled down upgraded gear. I still prioritize Kasuga on defense too, because it's like, well, if he dies, I apparently lose instantly, and also he has a revive. So I can revive other people with him. Which is further priority to keep him up. Alright, so one of the... Yeah. We want to get back to... over here, at Survive Bar. I think this had inputs displayed among attack thing. It's like a bit of a funny way of trying to explain a quick time event. Bar Rodriguez. I used to be amazing, you know? I had a face that could stop traffic. One time I rented out an entire department store just so I could shop. Otherwise, fans be buzzing around me like flies. Being a star is not easy, you know? Don't get me started on taxes. Those government mosquitoes will bleed a man dry. Am I right? Hey, you hear me? No, I wasn't listening to begin with. Can you go away now? Excuse you? A living legend gives you the time of day and you just brush him off? You should be wetting your pants right now. That washed up star is still being a pain in the ass. Guess I'd better handle it. Hey, I know you're a big star and all, but that doesn't give you the right to crash land in every drinking hole in the city. You've had enough. Excuse me? Who do you think you are, my mother? You must be out of your mind, chastising a legend like me. You mean former legend. You just had to go and insult me, didn't you? Well, I'm done being everyone's punching bag. Now it's your turn, jerkface.
Okay.
Level 20. We'll see how long that lasts. Not that good. Bye. Well, that sober you up a bit? It wasn't supposed to be this way. Great, now he's crying. Can't just leave a man when he's crying, can you? Am I really gonna have to lug him somewhere? Man, this guy's a mess. Come on, guy. Can you at least stand? How about now? You feeling a little better? Yes. I'm drawing a blank on what just happened, but it's coming back in bits and pieces. I can faintly recall being an asshole, and for some reason my entire body hurts. Yep, as it should. I feel like I need to apologize. I really have hit a new low. I used to inspire millions, now I'm just the poser boy for alcoholism. A theme that keeps coming up in this game. You see, I'm an actor from Korea. I used to be in all kinds of movies. Yeah, I heard. Wasn't your name... Yujin? Illegal and illusion? Illusion. Illusion. Oh, that's funny, actually. It's illusion, right? That's it. At least somebody here remembers me. That almost makes me happy. That reminds me. Who are you again? Just call me Kasuga, since it's my name. So, you always drowning your sorrows in a waterfall of booze? You'll pickle your liver, you know. I don't care. It's not like I need a working liver in the first place. You don't want to know how that goes, buddy. Maybe I should just pickle it. You have no idea how bad cirrhosis is. Come on, man. People used to adore me. I thought I had it made. Yeah, I heard from the staff you were some kind of Korean superstar. Wish I knew more about it, but I don't. No, it's fine. That was ages ago anyway. Listen, why does a famous guy like you need to binge out here? So here's the story. Up until a decade ago, I appeared in all kinds of movies from here to Korea. It was hectic. I really was living the dream. Thankfully, I had the best manager a guy could have. Never could have held up without her. Heck, she was there for me before I made it big. She had charm, she had style. She really was one of a kind. Everybody in the business loved her. Then one day, she caught the eye of this big-name producer. What do you mean? Well, she ran across a legend of the industry. He was involved in every flick that mattered. Always got what he wanted. I'm sure you know the type. Thing is, he was also known for being a sleazy bastard. He came to me with an offer. He gave me the biggest role in my career for a one night alone with my manager. Bastard is right. Obviously, I turned him down. Repeatedly. But then came the day. That monster took my manager into his car, started forcing himself on her, right in front of my eyes. The only thing going through my mind was protect her, and before I realized I'd knocked his ass out. As a result, he got the press to start a smear campaign against me. It worked. Got forced out of the business before I even knew what was happening. How did that producer not get any flack for this? He framed it like he was a victim, and the worst part is, he's still out there doing that thing. Except now people love him even more. People love producers. What the hell? You're okay with that? Of course not. But protesting would only make things worse. particularly for my manager. She already left the biz to work home with her family. They grow bok choy or something like that. Anyway, I don't want to cause her any more grief. Besides, I did assault a man. That much is true. Maybe there was a smarter way to handle things, but at the time I couldn't think of it. I let my fans down and ruined my career in one punch. That clean, upbeat image I was working so hard to keep was shattered tonight. Damn, hell of a story you got there. Maybe I'm still drunk. I seem to be blabbering more than usual. If it makes you feel better, then let it all out. I'll listen. You say that, but that's all I have to... Huh? Oh no, gross. Why was it all white? When I said let it all out, that's not what I meant. You alright? Hold on, I'll get you some water. Sorry, you keep going out of your way from me. Do I have water? No? Okay. Those are two food-ish places. Maybe one of those ones? When I saw the bench, I thought I was all the way up here in the north. I need water that you can carry around. Like, you have to specifically find it as a consumable.
Oh, Yokohama sure is big. All this running around's wearing me out.
Wow, so manly, Ichiban. Some real heroic words there.
Hey, you can't just say that kind of stuff out loud.
What?
You can't stereotype stuff into manly or girly like that anymore. People are sensitive to gender discrimination these days. They'll call you right out on it.
You know, that sort of thing never really bothered me. But I guess if it's that big a deal, I'll try to choose my words more carefully. Wow, Kasuga. Absolutely pathetic. Just throw in the towel, you loser.
How is that any better?
Because it wasn't gendered. I mean, it's not necessarily ideal regardless, but it's like you're not being like, wow, you're not living up to being a man correctly, and then you like build up weird complexes in people about their gender all the time. But I don't think... I'm not sure if that quest is written by someone who's particularly sensitive to the topic. It sounds like they're just kind of mocking it. You can't say that anymore. People will get you. Like, it's externalized. At least the people involved talk about the way that people in public often talk about this stuff, which is that they only really conceptualize it as like a thing you can get in trouble for, which is frustrating because that's just not the point. But it's always like, oh man, you can't say that anymore. People get mad at you. It's like, it's not the point of any of this. It's not about whether or not you get in trouble. It's about the harm it does and why it's harmful and understanding that, but people don't bother. Hello, that's a lot of vending machines. I bet one of these has water in it. Also time to do this. Alright, mineral water. That should be good. Does mineral water count? Is there a different version of water anywhere? Kiwami drink. Do you? Yeah, I had a dad that would bring up like, man up or be a man all the time. And, like, it's like a weird, like, it's worse. Although it's worse coming from a parent because you're like, it's like the tinged with the additional element of like, you're inherently implying that your child is a disappointment, and that stuff definitely gets worse. Any items? Yeah, both genders have like severe complexes about everything about it involved in existing as themselves.
Yo.
Hey, you still good? I thought this might help cool you off. Thanks, much appreciated. Ah, now that's the ticket. You're a lifesaver. Man, I hope none of your fans recognize you like this. Tell me about it. I've been snapping at strangers and bothering bartenders, all because I can't let go of my past success. Guess you reap what you sow. Just look at me. 10 years gone by and nothing to show for it. I guess the bright side is that my Japanese improved as I drank myself into oblivion, but that's about it. I'm supposed to be an actor here, and an actor who lost all his fans is just a weak little person pretending to be someone they're not. Ugh. Hey, enough with the tears already. Man, you are something else. Hi. Also, if you want to be recognized so badly, it might be helpful to be in the country that you were acting in. The language barriers. Excuse me, by any chance, are you Sama? Oh, no, you couldn't be. You don't look a lot like him. You do look a lot like him, though. You mean Sama? Yes, back in the day, there was this amazing actor named Il-Eugene. Everyone in my generation was in love with him. Whenever he appeared on screen or in public, you could hear the screaming fans blocks away. Wow. Ah, sounds like he's practically worshipped. Oh yes. When I came across him just now, I thought I was looking at a scene right out of our Winter Sonata. The resemblance was uncanny, especially the giant pool of vomit at his foot. Ah, why do you have that in your pocket? Just walking around with that poster? You must be a true fan if you're always carrying that around. Haha, wow. The resemblance is uncanny, huh? Wait, oh, this is a movie I've seen, I think. Not for real, I mean in the game. I think it's one of the ones at the theater. But yes, the film's a masterpiece. I can nearly recite it backwards and forwards. Doing it backwards would be weird. Wow, difficult script to remember, huh? I love you. I love you too. Roll credits. Iconic lines. No one ever said that in any other movie. That's about all the Korean I know. You know, I met my husband here at this park. Could you believe we were both going on pilgrimages to wherever Sama was filmed? Whoa, so he was a big fan too? Oh, you bet. You'd be surprised how many men like Sama's films. So of course we hit it off right away. Guess it helps to have that in common, huh? You could say that. Whenever we happened to celebrate, we'd always find ourselves back here. We love to walk and talk. And of course the topic would always be Sama. Always? That's a little weird. Today is actually the anniversary of my husband's passing, so instead, I'm walking and reflecting, enjoying all the memories we made. How old is Il-Eugene? It's one thing that like maybe it's like an Edward Twilight situation where it's like, oh, it's popular with a bunch of older women and so on. Despite the teenage audience and the 20-year-old actors. But I'm like, his career was so long ago, but he doesn't look that old. Oh, I didn't realize. Sorry. No, don't be. Being able to talk about Sama again reminds me of the good old days, especially with the smell of vomit. He threw up a lot in those old days from the chemo. Sama, if you're out there, I hope you'll return to the silver screen someday. I wonder where you are, what you're doing now. Well, as long as you're healthy and happy, that's enough for me. At this point, if I was Il-Eugene, I'd be like, Kazuma? No, wow, Kazuma. Kazuma Kiryu? Fucking Kasuga? Wow, I'm just now registering how similar those kind of sound. I'd be like, Kasuga, did you put this woman up to this? Is this scripted? Like, what the fuck's happening right now? I'd say Sama's a pretty lucky guy having fans like you. Oh no, I'm just an old lady with too much time on her hands and very few interests, so I only talk about one topic. Maybe that's why he died. But I will say us fans ought to leave a place for him in our hearts, so he can come back anytime. His work has inspired me throughout my life, and I'm sure I'm not alone in that. Wouldn't it be sad if he felt that there was nobody waiting for his grand return? He's our #1 star, you know. Well, I'm sure I've talked your ear off, but it'd be nice to see you boys again. Take care now. Oops.
Yo.
Hey, you forgot your pamphlet. Don't you want it? Why don't I let you have it? There's at least 10 more at home. Oh. Okay. You really are a true fan. Thanks. What the fuck, though? Anyway. So what was that again about losing all your fans? I hope you're paying attention just now. Lady spoke nothing but good about you. She was smiling the whole time. She'd probably kiss the ground you walk on. I know. She was very kind. So if all you do is drink yourself to death, wouldn't that break her heart? Same for all your other true fans. Maybe so. I think I've been using my fans as an excuse. When in reality, I wanted to escape the pain of what I've done. I'm the one who deserted them. Now I know I have a tall mountain in front of me, but if I can find the footing I need, I'm sure I can make the journey. So you're saying you want to turn things around? Yeah. I want to be an actor again. And even if there's only one person who gives a lick, then I'll do it just for them. And I'm all for it. Go get them. First things first. I have to get back in shape. Work off the beer belly and all that. That you can see it right now, see? See all this beer belly? In any case, catch you later, Kasuga-san.
Okay.
I'm old and fat, as you can tell. See ya. Well, that was sweet. Also, it's not over, apparently. We'll see where that pays off. There's somebody else right over here.
All these bushes are in my way. Yeah.
So which other quest also leapt up onto this park? It's just the park that quests flee to, apparently. This area is still full of bugs. I don't know if they respawn or not. This sucks. How am I supposed to rebuild my form from scratch? Hey, you alright? You didn't hurt your leg or anything, did you? Huh? Oh no, it's nothing like that. You see, I'm a sprinter on a track team, and I'm trying to improve my time. It's the fucking Kimchi quest. Got it. Huh, that's cool. Yeah, well, I was asked a coach for my... When I asked my coach for advice, he told me I should work on my form or I'll never get any better. Whenever I try to fix my posture and focus on breathing and all that, my time just gets worse and worse. I guess I just need to pick a style and run with it, if you catch my drift.
Wow.
Sure. And hey, you'll get it eventually. Just keep putting in work. You say that, but it feels like all this work is getting me nowhere. It's like I haven't made any progress at all. Poor guy. As much as I want to help, I don't know the first thing about track. Not really sure what form he's talking about either. Though I do remember that businessman running pretty quick. Was it because he ate all that kimchi? Yeah. That shit's real spicy. I kind of remember running my ass off too. Hey, are you alright? Why'd you get all quiet? Oh, no reason. Mind if I give you some of this killer kimchi? Or maybe if I give him some of this killer kimchi, he could run as fast as he wants. Probably straight to the bathroom, but still. But if the kimchi's too hot, he might pass out mid-run. Should I give it to him anyway?
Yo.
Hey, I got an idea. Try this. It's the worst thing you've ever seen. Shouldn't this have a lid? I'm worried about how you're storing this. Try what? Kimchi? Yeah, there's a special pepper in it called Devil's Claw. I think it might help you with your problem. Okay, now I'm confused. What's kimchi have to do with my running form? You'll find out. Just take a little bite. I still don't know what you're getting at, but if you insist... Huh? This is just regular old kimchi. Oh. Kinda spicy. No. Wait. It burns! It burns! It burns! Ugh. How was it? It was perfect. This is exactly what I've been looking for. That run I just had was amazing. Oh, great. You found what you're looking for. He just flailed his arm around while it was still holding the kimchi, so like that would have all sloughed out onto the floor.
Hi.
Yup. As my mind succumbed to the searing heat and pain, I could feel my ego dissolving. For a moment, it felt like I was falling through reality, and then I became a god. If I could just keep this up, I'll shatter my record in no time, and then the national record is next. Well, glad I could help. Yeah, you really did. And to keep this kimchi-infused god mode alive, I'm going out running him again. I give you my thanks, Spice Bearer.
Okay.
I'd make a Dune quote if I'd watched those movies yet. Yeah, sure, good luck. Huh. I think this crazy kimchi actually had a use. Maybe I'll share some with the others who could use a little kick in the ass. Not that I expected to find that too often. And then I hit select and look at a blue thing on the map, and oh boy howdy. Well, what's one of those, probably? There are 2 in progress, because there's also the alcoholic. Which one, you ask? I know, right? This game is heavy on the alcoholics, actually. I'm starting to get sad about it. They had anything down here? I bet they didn't. Hello, a taxi. I don't know if I own you yet. I'm less good at remembering this fucking map. And its names, the names of the zones don't show up on this screen, which is where I want to like be able to like, okay, it's the bottom of Koreatown or something. I'm like, is that Koreatown or is that Koreatown? Shit. Jinai Station, that's too high. Top of Koreatown, that's better. Thank God for fast travel. Less thankful for me being dumb about it for a while. Senpai, don't leave me.
No.
Hey, are you alright? Sorry, it's just that I thought you were crying. Oh yeah, I guess I was.
Stop.
I could always lend an ear if you want. Helps to let it out sometimes, you know? But you don't want to vent to a stranger, I get that too. I wonder if she's like an actor, and she's like trying to learn how to fake cry. And it's like, I'll make you cry for real with this hot kimchi. To be honest, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But my senpai, who I've loved for so long, is suddenly going to study abroad.
Oh.
Okay. And after he gets back, he's going straight to college, which is far away from here. I came to the station to let him know my feelings, but the thought of never seeing him again has reduced me to tears. Tears that won't stop flowing. I get that now. The senpai of yours, is he gone already? No, he's at the platform. But that means he's almost gonna leave, no? Right. I want nothing more than to go see him off, but I can't let senpai see me like this. Now with my eyes all puffy and makeup smeared, it looks disgusting. Oh, come on, it's not that bad. It is too. I would die if he only remembered me as some sobby, snot-dripping mess. But I'd also die to see him one more time, to send him off with a warm smile, maybe a warm kiss, but that'll never happen. Hey, no need to be so down on yourself. I know. I should just go. Senpai's right up those steps too. But if I see him, it'll be a total disaster, I'm sure of it. Oh, what should I do? It's like my feet are stuck in place and I can't move forward or back. It's like no matter what I do, it's gonna turn out wrong. It's gonna be a warm kimchi kiss? Is that what's gonna happen? Letting go of someone's always hard. Wish there was some way I could help. All she needs is the courage to take the first step forward. Yeah, what the fuck? Uh-huh. Too bad she's not like that businessman running full speed ahead. Of course, that was only because of the kimchi. Something wrong? You went all quiet all of a sudden. Oh, no, I'm good. Now, there's an idea. I'll give her some ultra spicy kimchi. She runs up those stairs without a second thought. Trips on one of them, bashes her teeth in. But her farewell might be ruined if the stuff's too strong. What's the best option here? Share the kimchi every time. Listen, I know it's tough being away from someone you really care about. I would know. You would?
Yeah.
Yeah. All you want to do is give them a piece of your mind, right? Yes. My feet won't move no matter what I do. Then why don't I give you a little push? Huh? Here. Don't ask, just eat. Just running around slightly poisoning people. They scream and melt. This is a long animation. Wait, what? Come on. Ew, no. Why kimchi? And why are you trying to feed me? I'm not trying to feed you. I'm offering you a shortcut to success. Now get over yourself and try it. This is the stupidest idea I've ever heard, and from a stranger no less. Thinking kimchi's gonna solve my problems? The train will be arriving shortly on platform 1. Please wait behind the yellow line.
Hey.
Hey, clock's ticking. You have to leave right now or it's game over. Ask yourself, do you want to see my senpai or not? Fine, if kimchi's gonna help, I'll do it. But I doubt this will change anything. What? Wow, this is way too spicy. This is way too spicy. Senpai, douse me with your love. Senpai, douse me with your love. Oof, well, that's one way to light a fire. Maybe I'll check on her just in case. Huh? Excuse me, you can't go in without purchasing a ticket, sir. Even if you are seeing someone off. Ah, right. So did she do that? Oh, I bought a ticket, I guess. Looks like the train took off. Hope she made it to her senpai in time. Kyoko, what's wrong? Your face is all red. It was the kimchi. Here, let me get you to the first aid office. No, I'll be all right. It's not as bad as it looks. Anyway, I'm sorry. I made you miss your train. That's not what's important. I'm just glad you're okay. Senpai. Listen, there's something I need to tell you. Oh? What is it? I've been feeling this way for a long time and... Yeah, this would be a good time to bail.
Hey.
Yo. You tell them how you feel? We respect the privacy of high schoolers having basic relationship talk, but we don't respect the privacy of Mr. Masochist, and his name gets shared around everywhere. Oh, yeah, I did. And guess what? We're going to the same college. Once I graduate high school, that is. He did say he'll be waiting for me, though. Sweet. So it all worked out, huh? I think so. It's gonna be a lonely road until then. Plus, I'm kind of a ditz. I didn't even know if I'll even get accepted. But even so, I'm not gonna let that deter me. And hey, thanks for helping a girl out. Ah, it's cool. Must be nice to be young and in love. See, your face was leaky as a faucet and your cheeks were red as a tomato, but a beautiful smile is what really counts. Gee, thanks. Really could have done without the kimchi, you know. Yeah, probably. My bad. Sheesh. Well, I guess I should go study. Gotta work hard to get into the right school.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet. Good luck. Hey, actually, that kimchi wasn't too bad. Thanks for the snack. Which you had to eat by hand out of a random jar. Ugh. I should be the one thanking you. You showed me just how useful a container of kimchi can be. What an insane quest. Maybe I'll share this with others who look like they need it. Are there other people that need this? Oh, right, that old lady. I wonder if she crossed the street yet. She can't still be struggling. Maybe I'll check just in case. Oh my god, that's what this quest is? I was having the thought of, like, what's up with this, like, I was like, there's this Kimchi quest, and I'm giving people, but like, specifically when I was in the alleyway, the Kimchi quest was not new. It was a blue quest. And so I was already kind of thinking like, wait, what's this a continuation from? I totally lost track of that. It's the old lady. That's wild. That's gonna be, we're gonna hurt this woman. She's going to literally die. I'm the bad guy. I think this is the actor, though.
Oh, howdy, Iljun. Guess you're gonna make your big return. Heard you're gonna make your big return. Yeah, and?
Oh, hey, that's Iljun. What's he doing?
Thing is, I got pictures of you stirring up shit at Rodriguez just recently. I'd hate to think what would happen if these pictures of you got out. Sure would fuck up your return to showbiz, no? Damn you.
Looks like the conversation's not going too good.
Yo.
Hey, what's going on here?
Oh, Kasuga-san. Ah, well, if it isn't you, Sama's partner in crime.
Perfect timing. I'd love to interview you too. Hey, who is this guy?
Some wannabe paparazzi who calls himself Suzuki-san.
Please, I'm a freelance journalist. Respect the profession.
Anyway, I just so happened to be at Rodriguez when you two were having it out.
And I took the liberty of snapping a few pictures. Looks like Sama still has a violent streak.
Uh-oh. The hell?
Yeah, see, I knew you'd be perfect for a headline. Something along the lines of,
oh, how about this? Sama's at it again. Former star turned savage. Not bad if I say so myself. I'm about to earn a lobster dinner here.
Yo.
The hell are you talking about?
It's obvious, isn't it? Those pictures are going to be worth a fortune. If people find out you assaulted someone not once, but twice, wouldn't life itself be over for you? Look, I'll make you a deal. I transfer you the picture, you fork over 50 mil. Small price to pay for your entire future, don't you think?
Nothing about transferring a picture involves you not having one anymore. They're digital. What? That's crazy.
Hey.
Alright, hold up. Whatever went down at the bar was between him and me. Nothing happened, and that's the end of it.
No one cares what you say. All I need to do is take shit out of context, and that's what people believe. Creative liberties, you know. Now, I hope you're not thinking of going around explaining to each and every person your version of what happened. Didn't think so. So if I were you, I would just give up the money. It's not that hard a choice.
You're right. There isn't a choice at all.
Oh?
Yeah. You're not paying a single yen to this fake-ass punk. I know a scam when I see one.
Kasuga-san.
Hey.
You. Delete those pictures now. I won't let you step on his career.
What? You think you can intimidate me? You think I'm some kind of charity? I'm used to big scary guys like you. People who think writers like me are powerless, and I teach them all a lesson. Oh yes, I do. Maybe I should share the same lesson with you. A lesson in pure pain. Well, still gonna be stubborn, I see. Then I'll let you have another, I'll just have to add another article. From journalist to hero, the man who stopped Ilyushin and his Yakuza pal.
I'm gonna rip your head off.
Okay.
What about this as a hold? Oh, a hold is when you stand on your hand, right? I was thinking like grappling, but a hold means a different thing when you're breakdancing, probably. It's because he's upside down, so he's holding up the earth. Ha 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 ha.
You fraud. I
can't believe you decked your producer over a bad contract.
A contract?
Yeah. To my understanding, he wanted more money, so he went and socked the guy. There was a time that this was all the news talked about.
No. The only reason he did that was to get his manager out of a jam.
Wait, what's this about his manager?
That producer you seem to love so much actually tried to force himself on Il-Yu-jin's manager. So in the heat of the moment, he did what he could to protect her. And to make sure she wasn't dragged into the spotlight, Il-Yu-jin kept quiet. That's why...
That's enough, Kasuga-san. Only the people involved need to know.
Yeah, but...
Wait, if your manager was a lady... Actually, I do know that producer had a terrible rep as a womanizer. And come to think of it, the whole fighting over money spiel was penned directly by him. Could that mean you really did all that for your manager's sake? And you kept it a secret all this time, even at the cost of your career?
Suzuki-san, I will tell you this only once. Do not speak of this to anyone. I'm not gonna let some media clown track down my manager and ruin her life again. If something like that does happen, you will be the one who pays.
You look at me like that, I can tell you're not bullshitting. You protected her all right. Looks like I'm the fraud here. Instead of doing proper research, I only swallowed up the hype.
What? Ow, my shoulder. Ow, my neck and shoulder. Ah! Okay, what the fuck? What is the writing of this quest? He literally was bragging about how he just makes shit up and lies about what's happening and takes things out of context for money. And I was like, maybe I'm the fraud. I didn't do research and I just believed the hype. I'm like, you already, of course you're the fraud. You basically brag about being a fraud. You don't have journalistic integrity. That was your character.
Some journalist I am.
Yeah, we know. What? The character from earlier would not have guilt.
All right, I deleted the pictures. Not a single one remains.
Good.
Kasuga-san, you really helped me turn my life around. Thank you.
What can I say? You're a star with staying power. Keep your chin up, guy.
I certainly will try. But I do have the weight of what I've done hanging over my shoulders.
Like Atlas.
The media North Suzuki-san had it wrong. I hit one man and caused others grief. My first order of business is to own up to what I've done. Make things right. Only then can I aim to be how I once was. An actor who touched people's hearts.
Well, if that lady at the park is anyone to go by, I'd say you're off to a great start.
Maybe so. Here, why don't you have this? My way of saying thanks.
Did you say the media didn't do anything wrong? He hit somebody and caused people grief? I don't know if that's the right lesson to learn when you're like stopping somebody from being sexually assaulted. Like, oh, I shouldn't have stepped in. That was my bad. That's a weird line. Bullet of memory? Wait.
Well, I guess it's so long for now.
See ya.
It's like a bullet that says Kasuga on it. So that's Il-Yu-jin. Wonder if I can find his movies at the video store.
Huh? What was that just now?
Oh, nothing to worry about. I took a picture of Yusama's first step forward. Been a while since I posted about an actor not screwing up his life. Who knew it felt so good to support someone? So rather than yet another scandal, how about I cook up something a little more uplifting?
Oh?
An actor's road to redemption. Il-Yu-jin announces spectacular return to showbiz. Well, how's that sound?
Not bad at all.
What are you gonna write, though?
One of these days, I'll get him to give me an interview. Not about his past, but what he plans for the future. After seeing how different he is, even the most jaded critic would give him another chance.
Got that right. Guess I'll leave the journalism to you then.
Is the interview the article?
Should have got me his autograph.
Uh-huh. Waka waka. Now he's a pound mate. Got it. I do need to actually summon some of these people at some point. There's a new quest all the way down. Oh god, I'm worried that I'll trigger the thing though. Shit. Is there a taxi nearby? Yep. Let's go to the north of this bottom area if I can. That one's probably better. There we go. Let's help that old woman that we've saw hours ago at this point, probably. Also, what is the bullet? It's really hard to find items. I wish you could just, like, I wish the game just told you what an item was. Your inventory was never this complicated in older games, obviously. Now that we have such an insane inventory, it's like, can you just tell me what the item is when I pick it up? Like, crafting item, weapon, accessory. Like, you should just tell me what it is. Otherwise I have to search everywhere. It's like, maybe it's an accessory, because almost anything could be an accessory. But it could be like an item exclusive to a specific class, maybe even one I don't have. And at that point, I literally can't even find it in any menu, because it's like secretly stashed in an entire menu I don't have access to. Because the part of the issue here is there is no universal inventory. There's just no single place I can go to that has every single inventory in one location. You have to just like check every single, like there's this menu, then there's gear, and then there's just like stuff that is technically one or both of those things, but isn't in any of the menus because of aforementioned reasons. And you're like, please just tell me what the item is when I pick it up. Then I don't have to look at, they don't have to like search every inventory wondering what it might be and then give up, because that's mostly what I do. I mostly just give up and don't know what my reward was.
After all this time, she still can't cross?
I know I can do it. Somehow.
Ma'am? Are you still having trouble?
Hmm? Oh, you're that young fella. Here's my dilemma. I can almost make it, but then the light starts flashing and I get cold feet. Back in my heyday, I was the star of the track team. Quick Foot Ume, that's what they called me.
How many decades ago was
now
that?
I'm just an old fossil who can't even cross the street. Oh, if only these legs still worked.
That was a mean thought.
I get where she's coming from. In her heart, she's still a star athlete. I bet this Kimchi could give her the kick she needs.
Oh god.
Maybe I should offer her some right before the signal changes. Granny, try putting a little of this in your mouth before the signal changes.
Oh, now what is this? That's not kimchi, is it?
It is. And I know it may sound bonkers, but this stuff will light a fire under your ass, no doubt.
Under your ass?
Ugh.
Under though?
Truthfully, I've got half a mind to shoo you away for suggesting I engage in such nonsense. But I've seen what a kind person you are. You're honest to a fault. And I do know you mean well. I'll trust you, young man.
Awesome.
Time's ticking already. You're losing it. It's already green.
Hot, 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 hot. It burns!
Granny, you finally crossed the street.
She was going so fast without turning that it looked like she was just gonna like explode straight through the wall.
That was sick, Granny!
I'm either crying from joy or how spicy that was. Either way, I could finally relive my glory days. And it's all thanks to you and that kimchi. Oh my goodness, that was fiery stuff. Nearly burned me to ashes mid-run. Oh, hot.
No, I'm just glad you're all right.
I'd say I'm more than just all right. I feel light and limber like never before. Where might I find more of this miraculous kimchi?
Oh, an older guy on Sakura Alley sells it. He might still be around.
Is that right? I ought to spread word around the neighborhood association.
Make sure you warn everybody.
I will certainly try. In any case, see you around.
Good job, Granny. Glad it all worked out.
For some reason, all of the old people in Seiryu clan territory are exploding this week.
Kimchi seller might want to know about what happened.
The kimchi vendor, all the way over there. I guess I should just go there from here, actually. Oh, that's part of why they run at me sometimes, is that the quest changes where I'm located, and then it's people, everyone in my party just like sprints at me from the old location. And sometimes it's pretty far away. So you're just like, where is that guy coming from? Kimchi guy. I wish that strange men in alleys offered me kimchi. I'm feeling left out now.
Huh? What's with the mob all of a sudden?
One order of miracle kimchi, please.
Me too.
Me 3! Me 4!
Whoa, what the crap? He's swamped with customers now.
Oh, you're the young man from last time. As you can see, my business took off out of nowhere. I'm raking it in right now.
Yeah? Good to hear, man.
But I'm puzzled as to how my kimchi suddenly got so popular. People keep asking whether it helps with running or romance. Would you know anything about that?
Good question. The important thing is business is looking good. And I know people like the flavor, so I'm sure they'll be back for more.
I sure hope you're right.
Can I get some kimchi, please?
Oops. Guess I'll get out of your way. Don't want to hold up the line.
Well, I encourage you to stop by again. I'll sell you kimchi anytime.
Ooh, you're the gentleman from earlier.
Hey there, lady.
Ah, she's doing the owl neck. No, stop.
Be from the crosswalk?
Remember that kimchi you gave me? I went ahead and splurged on a huge batch. He gave me some extra as a bonus for buying so much. So would you care to join me?
Ooh, sounds good. Don't mind if I do.
It burns!
Wee. Yumeko was applied for Ichiban Holdings. Of course. At least they're silver, although at this point I am stocking up on silver characters, so it's not that big of a deal. For a while there was a struggle. I'm like, please give me silver. All the bronze people are literally useless. Like, why would I hire any of them? Except that you literally can't find people to run the store, but their meters are just empty. You're like, what do they do? Why are the meters just empty? This is a prank? Fire? I hear fire. What's burning? That's eerie. Should be systematically clearing these restaurants of all their iptems. The hard part's remembering what I've ordered before. I don't think the game tells you. Did I do it? You can literally order all. Well, that'll do it. I spent $8 grand ordering literally all of it, then I will get completion of that particular menu. That's more passion. Is food a passion thing across the board? Your attack was slightly boosted. That's not that interesting. I thought they would give you experience boosts. Your attack was slightly boosted. I did 2 combo meals. Oh. Do all 3 attack boosts stack? Oh, looks like they do. Okay. I wonder how long that lasts. And now we're all just a little drunk. A little drunk. I almost walked into it again. Somebody needs to stop me. But I think I finally cleaned up every quest that I started this particular session. There are still 2 more. That's probably going to have to wait because we're already like 3 hours and 40 minutes in, I think. Aren't we? Probably. These episodes are very long. It's remarkable how long they are and how little progress I feel like I'm making. I feel like the trap with this franchise is that it's a really comfy game series to play, and I just hang out and poke at it. But it was like, I remember it was so easy to get like literally months ahead on videos back when I was playing Judgment, which is one of the spin-offs of Yakuza. And the game was so long, and I'm like, oh god. Back then it was half-an-hour episodes, and before long I was like, I have 120 episodes of the show. It's gonna hog the schedule for so long. Are they gone? Nope, it still stops me. Even when it doesn't load the NPCs. So yeah, I'm a little cautious about the series because I like the idea of playing the entire Yakuza series, but their games are so long and there's so many of them that I'm like, whenever I come back to one, I should probably make the videos much longer, and I also might make it like a once-a-week series instead of a 2-a-week series like there usually are. So it's just one really long episode once a week that kind of runs in the background while this channel gets to operate like normally otherwise, instead of it being like a big chokehold if it doesn't do well, because people don't usually watch this series as much as basically anything else. It's just for me, I guess, which is, when you get down to it, actually a really bad way to run a Let's Play channel is to make content that's just for you. As much as everyone's like, we just like watching you have fun and stuff, and those people are not being insincere when they say that, but oftentimes just fucking around and having fun is often not the series that does well. It's often the one that does the worst. But yeah, how's everyone doing? Not quite, but by next episode I'll probably have those meters full up, so I'll probably start the next episode at the bar again, as is our routine. And just keep getting through everyone's their relationships, and also go down the list of all the songs. That's a nice little routine for now, and I'll stick to it, I think. See ya.